How's it going? How's it going, everyone? I hope everyone's doing great. It's been a long time coming since I've gone live on one of these. My partner in crime, Bernie Bango, has taken a retirement from podcasting, so we've been just trying to catch our bearings and trying to figure out a way to bring back Coast to Coast Packers. Hope everyone's doing great. Please make sure you guys like, share, and comment the pod. Try to share it out there and try to get as many people watching as possible. I know I'm competing with the big dogs when it comes to Pack a Day and it comes to Cheesehead TV and all the other guys. And, I'm actually rocking one of the Cheesehead TV shirts. So, but I figured, you know what? Last year, this was a hit when we did the first round. So I wanted to kind of do the same thing too. And of course, it being in Green Bay, I couldn't make it this year. A lot of personal stuff going on. So I was really just, I want to make sure that I get back on here with you guys and let us, try to enjoy this draft together and see what Green Bay and the rest of the NFL does in this first round. So far, it looks like there's a little Wayne is showing up at Lambeau Field, which is pretty amazing. I see Hoodie James Jones and Randall Cobb. All right, Jordy, Mason Crosby, Clay. Okay, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah! So we got our boys showing up here, and I like to see it. Hey man, Green Bay showed up right. That's what I'm talking about. But I hope everyone's doing great. And just look at my boy Clay. Clay acting a damn fool. That's it. That's it. Hell yeah, man. That man look like he could play right now. How's that? All them dudes at Mon Green up there too? What the hell? The original Batman? That's what I'm talking about. All right. So we're gonna see how this thing goes. I wanna, my pick, who I want for Green Bay take, obviously, Emeka Egbuka, if we can get him. That's my dude. Just like 2 years ago, I wanted Jackson Smith and Jigba, and then last year I wanted Cooper DeJean. And my draft crush right now is going to be either Derek Harmon out of Oregon or Mr. Egbuka out of Ohio State. So we'll kind of see how this goes. But you know what? Until then, we're going to just see how the rest of the draft plays out. There's a lot of talk of Green Bay trading out of the first round. I'll be honest with you, picking at 23 and with the talent the way it is. I mean, there's guys I think every single one of us has fallen in love with. But the truth of the matter is that if we can acquire more picks and get some more guys later on in the draft, I'm all for it. I think the thing that's going to hurt all of us is that if there's a guy that everybody here wants and he's there at 23 and then we trade out, it's going to remind us of a la TJ Watt back in the day in 2017, 2018. When we had a shot to get TJ and trade out, and then we got Kevin King at the top of the second round. And it was funny, too, because we traded with Cleveland and was able to get the first pick in the second round and then the first pick in the fourth round with Vince Beagle. Clearly, that draft didn't work out because I don't think there's anybody on the team anymore from that draft. And so let's just see. Goodikins, I know, has made a lot of comments about saying that, he only right now has 8 picks. And as of right now, so who knows if he's going to try to acquire more or less. Cleveland Browns are talking about trying to trade out of their pick, even though they have a great opportunity to get Travis Hunter. Cam Ward is considered to be, I think the odds are negative 20,000 for him to go first overall. I think Cam Ward, I love him. He has a great personality. He has a great arm. He played really well in Miami. Led the league in – actually set a record in passing touchdowns at 158. I think him being with Brian Callahan, with that offense, with Calvin Ridley in Tennessee, with Tajay Spears, and the way that offense is built, they do need a young quarterback. One thing I do feel like, because I'm spoiled when it comes to being a Packers fan, is we draft a quarterback and they have time to actually learn how the game is, because coming from college to NFL, you do have some rookie quarterbacks that can come and hit the ground running. Cam Ward could be that guy. The AFC South division isn't the strongest division, and there's a lot of upheaval right now over there. And, there's an opportunity for him to come in and hit the ground running. The way if Callahan does kind of produce the same kind of offense that he had when he was in Cincinnati, he could possibly, really have an emphasis on the run game and then letting the quarterback kind of having a back seat. Will Levis, who I was a big fan of coming out when he came out from Kentucky, didn't unfortunately was making more mistakes than maybe more success, and it's unfortunate that he didn't kind of pan out the way I thought he would. But it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to do here. So Tennessee's on the clock, and I got some folks up in here, and talking about I want to see. There's a lot of stuff going out right now. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. There was a talk of George Pickens possibly getting, being up for trade. Green Bay actually had him in for a visit, for a top 30 visit in that draft 4 years ago. Yeah, what was that? That was a Christian Watson draft. So they had him in, and they didn't. Obviously, he was coming off an ACL injury. Also had a couple things off the field, so they had to probably brought him in, check him out. That was a year that Green Bay really went heavy on first-round picks when it comes to Georgia players. So I'm kind of surprised, they didn't make a run for him when they had a shot, and they said they got Christian Watson, who I think is an amazing talent. Just has a unfortunate injury bug right now, but hopefully he can come back from this ACL injury and hit the ground running in Week 12. We do go for a guy like George Pickens. I could see it because I don't see Pittsburgh trying to pay him. They just paid DK. And truth be told, they need a second-round pick, and they traded a second-round pick to get DK. So would I want him? 50-50. I think George Pickens is the kind of player who could be considered to be a diva or have a headache on the field. But the truth is, he's that way because he just wants the ball and he just wants to win. I feel like a guy like him, he's the kind of dude, if you feed him, he's gonna be more productive than not. And I think Pittsburgh last year, Arthur Smith offense with the carousel at quarterback between Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, you didn't have a consistent quarterback. Even though I'm a big Justin Fields fan and I'm a perpetual hater of Russell Wilson, George Pickens had some really good games, but overall, unfortunately, he wasn't getting consistent targets, and that can be frustrating for any WR1. So I think him coming to a team like Green Bay with a quarterback like Jordan, who is a proven quarterback, people can say what they want to say. That injury last year was a lot worse than what people want to admit, and even he didn't make an excuse, but you could tell it definitely impacted him. Watch him do his workouts, trying to get it in. He's definitely doing his thing. But you know what? End of the day, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Green Bay does. And I'm looking forward to see what all these teams do. I always enjoy just seeing how these teams go about building their teams. Some do a really good job and some don't. Some, do consensus draft picks, and some just, they make a pick out of left field, trying to be the smartest dude in the room and turn out to be the stupidest dude in the room. So we're going to wait and see. See some of these comments. I got, it's going to be cornerback. You know what? If we get a cornerback, if Will Johnson falls because he has a lot of injury issues and he didn't run the 40, I'm fine with that. Getting a top 5 corner at pick 23, no problem there. I like Trey Amos. I think we can trade back and still get him. If we have an opportunity to get, I know Maxwell Harrison is another guy that is getting a lot of traction to be coming to Green Bay. In his case, I like him. I just feel like this. I don't know. We did pretty well with getting Carrington Valentine out of Kentucky in the 7th round, so maybe we'll luck out again with this guy. But truth be told, Green Bay could really minus, I don't know, even minus quarterback, I think they can go in any direction and I'll be okay with it. I wasn't a big fan of the Jordan Morgan pick last year. Truth be told, going offensive line was fine with me. I would have went with somebody else. I would have Garrett Barton out of Duke. Unfortunately, we went with Jordan, and hopefully Jordan Morgan can come back this year healthy, compete for the left guard or left tackle position with Rasheed Walker and go from there. Let's see. Chances that Amar throws his phone again this year. Honestly, the only way that happens is if they get McMillan. If we draft McMillan, I am kind of off on McMillan right now. I don't know. There just seems like he just feels like he's like Canoe Henry 2.0. I mean, I know I'm just making a comparison based off the fact that they both went to Arizona, but truth be told, there's a vibe about him that I'm just not feeling. I love the player that Ibuka is. I love the player that Jaden Higgins and Jalen Royals. I love those dudes. Those are the kind of guys I want. And right now, Kenny Clark is a fan favorite of mine. I love him to death. I think he had an off year last year adjusting to the 4-3 scheme. I think a guy like Derek Harmon could help propel him in the right direction and, maybe even motivate him the right way. Our defensive line took a lot of hits last year because I think Revovich was not a good defensive line coach. And then combining him with the edge rush was a terrible idea. I think getting Covington out of New England was the right move. We just see that Cam Ward was just drafted by the Tennessee Titans. I think I talked about him. Great player out of Miami. Prototypical weight and height. Senior, played at the Senior Bowl. I think he has everything you want when it comes to a kid that was 0-star recruit coming out of high school to becoming the number 1 pick overall. It just shows you that, It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. And the thing is, you got a lot of guys that have God-given talent that don't build on it, and then some that don't, and they just fight. They got that Rudy inside of them from the movie. And truth be told, I think Cam, you know what, like Cam and Shador, especially Shador, I think Shador Sanders is getting a lot of negative heat, and I think it's because of the fact that his dad is such a not a polarized, he's a very large figure. Like he's a very polarizing figure in a good way. I think he's just very supportive of his kids. I feel like Shador is a very confident person. I think the thin line between confidence and arrogance is what people kind of trip over. And I feel like, you really can't win because there's a lot of quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers was considered to be a very arrogant person, but he backed it up, right? And then Alex Smith is considered to be the nice guy who had a pretty productive career, but he really didn't win a ring or anything, right? And so the truth be told is that, end of the day, here we are, end of April. We don't really know what's going to happen with these guys. There's a lot of projection. There's a lot of, hope and, positivity you try to put into things and some negativity for guys we don't like. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Cam shows up there. He has a great opportunity. It's a very, very young team in Tennessee, and I think that he has a great opportunity to kind of run with it. And don't forget, they got a lot of weapons over there too with, Ridley, they got the tight end. Starts with the O. I'm gonna kill his last name, so I ain't gonna even try. And honestly, their defense too. Their defense has always been pretty stout. That's even before when they had Vrabel. And I think they're just gonna keep building on that. It'll be interesting to see how Tennessee drafts for the rest of the draft because going here and holy crap, looks like Jacksonville Jaguars have traded with the Cleveland Browns to the second pick overall. That is wow. So Jacksonville got the second, fourth, and sixth. Cleveland moved back 3 spots. They got a second-round pick for this year. They got a fourth round. They switched fourth-round picks, and they got a first-round pick for next year. Between you and me, guys, I feel like Gladstone was a terrible GM hire. He literally met Lee Snead at a high school event as a party planner, and he basically made an impression to the point where Snead hired him as assistant to the GM. And his only position up until becoming the GM of an NFL team was being the assistant to a GM in the Rams. That's all he did. So, yeah, he was a part of that dude's tutelage for like literally 3 years. I feel like there are so many guys out there who have literally worked their ways up as a scout all the way up to becoming assistant GMs and other productive directors of scouting, directors of personnel. So many different people that interview for that job. John Eric Sullivan, Green Bay guy, second in charge, interview for that position. To give it to this young dude who, to me personally, think he's way out of his depth. This trade that he just made, I mean, you were picking 5th already. Like, who is it that you're trying to get? Because if you're trying to get Travis Hunter, okay, fine. Maybe that makes sense. But personally, I would have stayed at 5th, and I would have grabbed Genty. I would have worked on offensive line with either Josh Simmons or a Banks if they're there. But, damn, that's a lot to give up to move up 3 spots. That shows you inexperience. And this is one of those things where, like, if you watch the movie Draft Day, there's always someone that comes out of this thing looking like a donkey, is what Kevin Costner said. I feel like Gladstone's going to be the one that may look like a donkey in this situation because I just don't understand why you would move 3 picks to – and who – I mean, my question is, who is you're trying to get? That's what I want to know right now. It seems a little crazy to me. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out here. Let's see if we got anyone tipping picks yet. Anyone tipping the picks? As you guys know, oh, man. Okay, no, nothing yet. All right. Like I said, I'm not I think, like I say, Gladstone is way out of his depth. He got his pick in. Let's see who he did. Let's see who they're enamored with. I was like, I'm going to tell you right now. Let's see. Everyone's saying throw away all the mocks because it's all down the drain now. That could be interesting to see, though. Moving up 3 picks and giving up a first round for next year and your second round for this year. It's like it's kind of like when the Saints traded with the Packers back in 2018 to move up against Marcus Davenport, who was an amazing talent coming out of, oh my God, the University. No, what the hell was that dude? It was University of San Antonio. And they moved up, they gave up a first round the following year, and Davenport did not pan out. And the thing, trades like this definitely do set your team back if the player you're trying to get doesn't work out. And Jacksonville has unfortunately made many picks in this situation. I mean, you talking about I love Travon Walker coming out of Georgia. The problem with that was Travon Walker was a dude that was a part of a really all-star defensive team in Georgia. And I felt like if you're going to get Travon Walker, you need to get like literally everybody else too. It's like when we drafted Quay Walker, I was thinking we should have got Nakobe Dean because Nakobe Dean was the true leader of that defense. And we could easily got him. He was a 4th-round pick. Easy to grab him. Nolan Smith, 1st-round pick, the Philadelphia Eagles grabbed, and who was considered to be an undersized pass rusher, was probably one of the main reasons why the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, I know everyone talks about Jalen Carter. Everybody talks about Jalen Hurts. I agree completely there, but the pass rush that was coming off those ends with Josh Sweat and with Nolan Smith, with that interior pressure from Milton Williams and Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. I mean, they were just – Vic Fangio just took a defense that was pretty much set that dudes like Sean Desai and Matt Patricia couldn't do shit with and was able to turn it into something that got him Super Bowl. And it's going to be interesting to see, like, where they're going with this. And here we go. Oh, is that Eric Armstead? No. Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. Oh, my Lord. What we got? Wow. Shit. Who they getting now? Here we go. Ain't no one tipping picks, man. There's some shit right here if I ain't seen it. My boy Ari don't even be tipping damn picks. What's going on here? Let's see. All right. Come on now. I'm trying to see who we picking now. Shit. Brown's smartest move they've ever made. You know what? You might not be wrong. I mean, they had a great chance to get Travis Hunter, but the fact is they were able to acquire another 2nd-round pick. They were able to acquire a 1st-round pick for next year, switch 4th-round picks, and a 6th-round. Yeah, honestly, I'm with you, Wilco. I'm with you, man. I definitely think that the Browns are making out on this. It just matters who Jacksonville does take Travis Hunter or not. That'll be the interesting thing here. Yeah, Eric Armstead. That's what I'm talking about. All right, big dog. What we got? Come on now. All right, what we doing? Goddamn X over here fucking crashing and shit. Ain't nothing new here. Stupid ass Elmo. Can't get nothing right. All right, come on now. Let's move. He over here talking about stuff. We talk about the draft, dog. Come on now. Let's do this. All right, big dog. Come on. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Well, you guys are going to see it here in about 2 seconds, but yeah, Jacksonville felt that they had to move up 3 spots to get Travis Hunter. All right, Travis Hunter, man. That makes sense. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, folks. Oh, wait, my bad. Another kiddo coming. Oh, my bad, folks. I gotta say goodnight to the kiddos real quick. So bear with me 2 seconds here. Bear with me 2 seconds. Oh, nope, never mind. All right, yeah. So look, they traded up. They give up a lot to get Travis Hunter. Again, Gladstone, I get it. Travis Hunter is an amazing talent. He plays offense, he plays defense, he plays both ways. I don't know how much he's going to do that in the NFL. He wants to do it. He says he doesn't want to play in the NFL if he can't do it. I get that. Uh, Heisman Trophy winner in 2024. Also on a Colorado State team that, not that great and still got. I mean, he's an amazing athlete, amazing talent. The thing is, he's a good kid. Like if you listen to all his interviews, you listen to everything about him. There's a humbleness about him that you really don't get from guys who have the God-given ability that he does. I do believe that he is worth being the second pick overall. A little bit kind of like, I feel like, trading away a lot of those assets to get him. I mean, I'm a little torn on it right now because I'm a big Travis Hunter guy. I just feel like, man, that's a lot to give up to get a guy. You're basically, in essence, saying minus Trevor Lawrence, this guy is going to be the face of your franchise. I mean, that's what it kind of comes down to. My boy, and just let you guys know, I do a show with Wilco Sports, with Wisconsin Sports with Track, and he's going to be joining me hopefully here on shows with on Coast to Coast Pack. He's going to be my new partner in crime, and really, really, really looking forward to working with him. And we're probably going to have him join here in the show in a little bit. But yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy, man. Oh man, this draft is already starting out to be a little bit different than I was expecting. And all right, they are expecting him to play both ways. Well, if you're gonna trade away all those assets, and you trade away Christian Kirk too, to Houston Texans, I get it. But we're gonna find out now. I know Jacksonville Duval fans are very, very happy about that. They're very happy. Shoot. You get a all-pro corner / receiver. I think you can't argue with that. Now the question is, how do the Giants go? The Giants invested so much time, energy, and money in Shedeur Sanders. And the question is, do they draft him now? Or are they going to go and get the best player available, who would be Abdul Carter? And from the way it looks, it's going to be Abdul Carter is going to be the pick for the Giants. I think that is pretty nasty. Joe Schoen, to me, is not a good GM. I think him paying $40 million to Daniel Jones after one good year was crazy to me, when really his body of work has not been good. And honestly, like, making the Abdul Carter pick, all right, you're working on your pass rush. My thing is, you got Kayvon Thibodeaux. You traded for Brian Burns last year. So my question is now, are you planning on trading Thibodeaux? Because if that's the case, because you have three pass rushers, you can't have all three on the field. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to put all three on the field if you're playing a 4-3. So we're interested to see what they do here. Don't be surprised if they trade back into the first round to get a quarterback, because having Russell Wilson is not that's a stopgap. I'm a big Jameis Winston fan, but unfortunately he's a stopgap as well too. I would advise them to try to trade back into the first round, try to get a Jackson Dart, try to get Shedeur, try to even get the kid out of Syracuse, McCord. I like McCord a lot. I think I like just his talent. Jalen Milroe is a very physically gifted quarterback. He would need time to develop. So having guys like Winston and Russell Wilson in-house to help with that is a smart move. Schoen, I'm telling you, Hard Knocks really made his image look bad when his son's even telling him to trade up for Jalen Daniels. He's like, oh, no, it's okay, And Malik Neighbors is a beast. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big LSU guy, so I love Neighbors. But holy crap, Abdul Carter, Penn State. Look, he's considered to be the pound for pound the best pass rusher in this draft. Penn State does nothing but produce amazing athletes who come from very good backgrounds as well as great talents. He is a physical specimen. He was a dude that he actually played outside linebacker, middle linebacker, and then started playing on the line. Ross Tucker with Ross Tucker Sports has talked a lot about him. He's a big Penn State guy. He always talk about Penn State. And I'm telling you, this kid he's something else. And if you look, size and speed alone, 6'3", 250, having a comp as Von Miller, you really can't beat that. And the truth is, he did this against some pretty good offensive lines in the Big Ten. Like I said, it'll be really interesting to see where they go, the Giants do with the rest of their defensive line. Truth be told, like if you have him, do you keep Thibodeau? Do you trade him away? I feel like they're going to try to trade him away to move back into the first round because Thibodeau is also a top 5 talent, right? He was drafted in the top 5. He's also another physical specimen who comes. He's like a freaking a raging beast off the end. And truth be told, he's the kind of dude that you could build your defense around. And I think Abdul Carter is that kind of dude. He has some injury concerns coming out of Penn State. He had a torn shoulder that he's going to get repaired. He had some other stuff going on, but all in all, still top 3 talent. I have no doubt in my mind about that. And you know what? I feel like the Giants could have gone quarterback, but the truth is if they trade back in the first round and get a quarterback, no argument there. I think that would be the right move to do because, you know, you don't want to pass on a talent like this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of talk about Shamar Stewart and other guys like this. But truth be told, if you watch NFL Network right now, you look at the guys that are coming out: LeVar Arrington, Navarro Bowman, Micah Parsons, and now Abdul Carter. Every single one of these dudes was literal all pros, and some of them are actually Hall of Fame players that are just absolutely amazing. So you know what? Truth be told, it'll be great to see where the Giants go from here. This is gonna be a fun draft, guys. Everyone was saying that the last time that we had a draft with no trades was 2014. So we've already beaten that. So it'll be kind of interesting to see which way we're gonna go here. This is crazy though, man. Damn. But all in all, in the comments, I want y'all to just let me know what y'all think. I got some family up in here talking some trash, which is always funny. I was talking about underwear. Got to use another word for underwear, guys. If you don't know, now you know. But these people, my folks, man, you can't tell them nothing, dog. They crazy as hell. But yeah, no, we're gonna wait and see how this plays out. But damn, that was crazy though. Okay, Jacksonville made a move. All right, and now New England's on the rock. So I see when it comes to New England, man, New England can go either way. They could go. I mean, they don't need a quarterback. They're smart. They go offensive line here. They get Kelvon Banks Jr. Left tackle. He'd probably be the right way to go. Maybe you could consider Josh Simmons. But Simmons had a really bad injury that he's coming off of, so I feel like he's going to go later in the draft. I mean, New England, you got Vrabel there too, and defensive mind guy. I really do feel like he may even try to go defense here. I mean, when it comes to the defensive talent that's available right now, there's a lot of guys that are obviously on the board that they can grab, but someone that's worth the 4th overall pick, not so sure. Don't forget Elliott Wolf, former Green Bay alumni, with his father being Ron Wolf, former Hall of Fame GM that brought the likes of Reggie White and Brett Favre to Green Bay. He's the de facto GM in New England right now. And so for the most part, he does make some really good picks. Really looking forward to seeing which way he rolls here because, they have a plethora of players that are available right now. So far, not on teams, but based on players, the draft picks have gone chalk. I mean, you know what? The top 3 are the top 3 we thought it was going to be. So we're just going to see kind of which way we're going to rock from here. But let's see what's here. Oh, picks in. Let's see what we got. Because this is going to be interesting shit right here. Hold on now. All right, let's see what we got, folks. We'll see what we got. Yeah. Yep. Whoa, my bad, guys. I got the picks confused there. I kind of missed my boy. LSU finest, Will Campbell, left tackle, LSU. He will be the 4th overall pick for the New England Patriots. Now, I think he's like a 3-year starter there. Let me double check this shit real quick. But Will Campbell, man, he can play. He's a plug and play left tackle. Left tackles don't grow on trees. Once you get your hands on one, you get a guy that can, basically protect your very high quarterback pick in Drake May last year. Get a dude that can be the blindside protector for the next 10, 15 years. You take it. And Will Campbell is that guy. There was some knocks about his arm length and this and that. Again, there's a lot of guys that have come out and have proven that that is not the end all be all when it comes to, when it comes to talent and when it comes to people that play left tackle or right tackle for that matter. So we'll be interested to see if he can actually, beat the allegations of not being the right physical stature to be a left tackle. But then again, that didn't stop him from being a very good left tackle when he was at LSU. So we're going to see here where then look, Cleveland is already back. And the funny thing is, if Cleveland had any aspirations of getting, honestly, don't be surprised if Cleveland goes Genty here. They could. They go Genty, they go Shador, they go Jackson Dart. There's a lot of different ways they can go right now. I mean, the fact that Nick Chubb is still a free agent is kind of crazy to me. But we'll be interested to see how that plays out. I have to admit, though, right now, the things that New England has done, they are definitely building that team from the ground up. They've made some very good picks in the last couple of years. Christian Gonzalez is an amazing pick that they had back in 2023, a guy that I kind of wish Green Bay had gotten. They're one of the few teams that I feel like builds from the trenches out, which is the proper way of building a team. If you're going to be a GM and you have a team that is, one of the worst in the league, your goal is to find out how you can improve the offense defense lines, because your team is going to go based on those two things. Offense line is going to be the way you're going to protect your franchise of being a quarterback or a running back, or someone that's going to be a game manager who's going to be thrown to a marquee receiver. Then on top of that, too, on defense, your whole defense is predicated and dictated about how your front four run. Sometimes front seven, but mainly your defensive line. You can get pressure with four like the Eagles did last year. Hell, just like the Seattle Seahawks did back when they were Legion of Boom. A lot of teams have proven that if you can get pressure with just four and not have to blitz a lot, you can have so much more freedom with the rest of your defense. And right now, Vrabel, he has a lot of knocks, but one thing he doesn't have a knock on is being a damn good defensive coordinator. He knows defenses. He's a very smart coach, too. That was proven in Tennessee. I felt like he did kind of get a raw deal when he got let go in Tennessee. If anything, he probably should be the head coach of Tennessee right now because, I know the GM came there and wanted to make a move and wanted to start things fresh. And then Ray Cathon came in, fired the guy, got his own guy in there, and they fired Ray. So it's just crazy how the business works in the NFL. But Will Campbell. There we go. All right. We're going chalk right now, guys. The top four picks are exactly the way they were going to be, just not with the teams that they're expected to be, minus the Tennessee Titans and the New England Patriots. When it comes to the Giants, I think there was a little bit of talk between either being Abdul Carter or a quarterback. But as you can see, so far things are going pretty good when it comes to just the way mock drafts were kind of being played out this whole time. Hold on 1 second, folks. Let's see what we got. So let's see. Yeah, I was going to tell you guys. All right, so ask your questions away, folks. Ask your questions away. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Right now, with Cleveland on the board, I kind of have no idea how they're going to rock. I really have no clue. It's going to be interesting to see which way they decide to go. But we're going to find out here. All right. Let's see. Is anyone giving away more picks? Because that's what we want, right? We want someone to leak these damn picks, man. I think every single one of us is definitely impatient as hell. Every single one of us just wants to know what the hell is going on. And, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing which way they go here. Because Cleveland has so many different ways to go. They did say their defensive end and Greg Newsome are possibly available for trade, which was the same thing that was said last year up until the trade deadline, so nothing new there. So it will be very interesting to see exactly which way they kind of go. 1 second, folks. You have to move them inside. That's a win. When I did a Patriot game last year, I normally like to try and circle the offensive line like you could be vulnerable. The teams could go after. All right. Let's see. Anything new? All right. Come on now. All right. Wait. 6th overall. Yeah. Okay. Who they got then? Boom. Wow. Okay, Cleveland. Okay. All right, guys. Just to let you know, Um, I know some people want to wait till the guy comes across stage and Goodell makes the pick. If that's the case, you guys can mute me right now. So I want to say the pick is going to be Mason Graham, Michigan, defensive tackle, Cleveland Browns. So, funny thing is, Mason Graham is a top 5 talent. And for you to still get him in the top 5 and grab an additional second round pick and a first round pick next year, hell freaking yeah. Smart move by Andrew Berry. I think Andrew Berry is an amazing GM. He did get a lot of slack for the Deshaun Watson pickup and trade. Fortunately, he thought he was going to be able to come back from his injury. He didn't. But you know what? I'm very happy for him to be able to not only acquire a defensive tackle who was probably one of the best defensive tackles that they had coming out in this draft, as well as probably one of the better, probably best players they had on the Michigan defense, but as well to grab the additional picks for this year and next year's draft. I'm just saying, my Pittsburgh folks, I know that you guys are going to be not happy about that. You know, getting more help for Myles Garrett is not a good thing. But at the end of the day, you know what? That's why you got to always invest in offensive line. Every time you see a team that is going to sit here that you're playing against and they've invested in the lines, you have to do what you got to do to protect your franchise no matter what. You know what? And we're going to find out how that works out. But damn, all right, Mason Graham, that's not bad. That is not a bad pick right there. All right. I was going to say, I know sometimes, you know, when you're looking at this and you look at the Cleveland Browns who were 3-14 last year, truth be told, like they have a really, really good offense. You know, the offensive line needs work. I think them acquiring having 2 second-round picks will help them build the offensive line because there's a lot of great talent they can get later in the draft. But the truth be told is like getting a defensive player like this, it just makes them that much better on that side of the field. And you know what? You know, having Jerry Jeudy there, having that kind of talent, as well as, you know, Jerome Ford in the backfield. I just think that Cleveland, you know, is going to try to help reset their team. And then they did try. I mean, I forgot about that, but they brought Joe Flacco back in. I think having Joe Flacco there is a great move. He came in and played very well as a stopgap quarterback, which I think he still can do. He could probably give him another good year. And maybe they do come back and draft somebody. I feel like Cleveland, I feel like Pittsburgh, I feel Saints and Giants of all the teams you're going to probably see make a move for a quarterback this year in the draft. Question is, when and where are they going to do that? Because right now it's expected that, you know, Shedeur was going to go in the top 10, and unfortunately he isn't. And I know he's probably pissed about that. But you know what? Aaron Rodgers didn't go. He was supposed to be second overall pick, first overall pick, and what happened? He went 24th to the Packers, and then you know what? He used that as motivation. For a guy that Shedeur is, you know what? He can use it as motivation. That's what it is. Like sometimes, you know what? Sometimes I guess when you have a fall like this in the draft, it's the best thing that could ever happen to you because it gives you that adversity, that chip on your shoulder that maybe you didn't have coming in, but now you got it. And you know what? He came up the hard way. Jackson State, Colorado State, and turned those 2 programs around. They were basically doo-doo until he came there. So truth be told, like wherever he goes, you know, he has an opportunity to make him legendary. So let's go. Let's do it. So Mason Graham, defensive lineman. He is an amazing football player. Having him on a line with Myles Garrett is unfair, I believe. Myles Garrett is already a physical specimen, a beast on his own, and then you get a guy like Mason Graham who literally is unstoppable. He proved it last year with Michigan. Like Michigan's defense is already stacked, but the fact is that he would win on his one-on-ones, double teamed or one-on-one. Not much is really stopping him. And you know what? The way Cleveland kind of plays their defense, do expect them to find one-on-one matchups, considering the fact that so much attention is going to be spent on just trying to stop Myles Garrett. It gives a guy like him an opportunity to get one-on-ones and take over his opportunities when that happens. All right. I do like to see players cry. I see Tucker Kraft's draft day video. I agree, man. I tell people every time when it comes to this time of the year, when it comes to the draft, I try not to hate on players too much. Truth be told, like these guys are anywhere between the ages of 19 to 25, and they're living out their dreams. They're doing something they've been doing since they were freaking in Pee Wee football. And it's a great opportunity to see these guys go from college and live out their dreams and actually become a drafted player. Like every single one of these dudes probably played Madden once in their life and had players that they would always play with, or they would go through the franchise mode and draft and this and that. And then now you fast forward it, and boom, these guys are literally about to be drafted into the NFL and have an opportunity to live out their dreams as an actual NFL player. I think that's absolutely amazing. I was never physically gifted to be able to do like that. I had the size, but I did not. I had the height, but I didn't have the damn weight. I didn't have the talent. That's for sure. And I'm in awe in seeing these guys take skill sets that they've been given or they honed and be able to make not only a career out of it, but just to have an opportunity to represent themselves, their family, and their alma mater in the NFL. I think that's absolutely great. So yeah, I agree. Seeing the emotions of these guys getting on stage, crying, being at home with their friends and family, getting picked, getting that call, I think it's absolutely amazing. All right, here we go. All right, we go. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay, here we go. I didn't ignore. Get your butt out of here, dog. I didn't ignore you, sorry, Joker. This is crazy. I got family folks up in the chat always busting me up. They always giving me a hard time. But got the Raiders that are up, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Raiders. I would love for them to take Genty. I would love for them to probably even work on the offensive line. It'll be interesting to see which way they go because let's see. Yes. All right. Just for the folks, again, I know leaking picks is not something that you guys like, but guess what? Mr. Genty. Ashton Genty, running back, Boise State, Raiders' 6th overall pick. That's what I'm talking about. This is amazing. Okay. That guy, Boise State literally was a whatever team. Genty had 30-some touchdowns last year. He is the prototypical Marshawn Lynch 2.0. And that's a big praise. Because Marshawn Lynch coming out of Cal was an absolute beast. Went to Buffalo. Things didn't work out there. And then got to Seattle and was an absolute monster. Probably the only reason why the Seattle Seahawks, minus their defense, were as good as they were. Because Russell Wilson was a game manager. His Super Bowl stats were freaking whack. But truth be told, Pete Carroll going to the Las Vegas Raiders, he's literally rebuilding this team the way he had it when he was in Seattle. Great run. He's probably gonna have a good defense. He's gonna have a good offensive line. He's gonna have Geno Smith game managing and making the right decisions. And guess what? Boom! They got Ashton Genty, probably the best running back in this draft. One of the best contact balance running backs that actually come out in the last couple of years. Like 5'8", 211 pounds, and just he is the Jay Ajayi that came out many years ago without the injury concerns to his knee. He's just an absolute physical specimen. And the truth be told, he's going to a team that needs a true 3-down back, which they didn't have. They had like alternate players with Amir Abdullah, with freaking Seth McCormick. They had all these dudes that were in there that were just like okay guys, and now they have a 3-down back who can literally take over a game. And the truth be told is that he was the only player in this league in the college football that had. He led the league in how many games that he ran for 150 yards, to include broken tackles and just. He's just a beast. I understand people are going to say the talent and where he played and this and that. Hey, I don't care about any of that stuff. End of the day, he is literally probably one of the best running backs to minus Bijan Robinson to come out in the draft for a very long time. Shit, probably since Saquon Barkley, man. I can't wait. I feel like Ashton Genty is the second coming of Todd Gurley without the knee injuries, man. And he's going to be a beast. I'm looking forward to seeing what Pete Carroll can do with him. I think the next thing that Pete Carroll really needs to focus on is that offensive line. Because Colton Miller, their left tackle, is holding out for a new contract. He was somewhat of a suspect pick when they picked him 4 or 5 years ago. He has turned things around. He has become a pretty serviceable left tackle. Truth be told, do they want to keep him or do they want to make a change there? It'll be interesting to see which way they go. But, man, you can't beat it. I'm happy for him. My question is now we got multiple teams that are coming out. I know the Bears are trying to get Genty hard. And to see – not only they didn't get who they wanted, but for him to go to a team like the Raiders, who I have a lot of friends and family that are big fans of, I'm very, very happy for Raider Nation. I think you guys are going to get a good one with this guy right here. Now we're going to have the Jets on the clock. And Aaron Glenn, new head coach over there in the Jets, definitely making his mark known, having a very, very face-to-face, honest discussion with Aaron Rodgers, letting him know that they're not going to go in that direction, and then not really giving a damn about what he thought, which I agree and disagree with. Then on top of that, too, trying to build that team back up from the right way as well, too, and try to change the culture. So I feel like whoever their pick is going to be, unless they trade out of it, is going to be a culture guy. I truly believe that because they do have a lot of pieces they need. Shoot, if you think about it, they need quarterback. They got Justin Fields. So Justin Fields could become their franchise, or he could be someone they bring in to see what he can do. Go quarterback, they can go left tackle, they go tackle, they can go guard, which would be crazy at this pick, but you never know. They go defensive player. Aaron Glenn is a defensive coordinator when he was in Detroit, but he's actually he's coached everything. He's coached offense, he's coached defense, he's also been in a scouting department, and the pick is in. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, folks. Oh, wow. All right. They went tackle. The Jets draft Missouri football offensive tackle Armand Membo. So Membo, young dude, turns 21 this year, physically gifted, did have some maturity issues. And I think that when I say maturity, please don't take that in the sense of him being a bad person or like young and stupid. He's just young. And with that comes the concerns of being young and immature, like all of us have been once in our life, to where, it's, your decision making can be kind of questioned, right? And then also being in a very high media climate like New York can be very, very, debilitating for some people. So it'll be interesting to see, because he has the right coach stuff. I do like Aaron Glenn as a person, as a coach, and I think he's going to be a very good head coach for the Jets. And I do believe him going there with that coach staff in place, that he'll have the right people around him to help guide him into the NFL. I think a lot of times you see these young dudes coming out of college, and they go into a situation where they're expected to be adults right away, which I get because, they are of that age. But truth is, like, some of them have not had to worry about a lot of things they have to worry about when they're in the NFL. There's a lot of things that these college programs take care of for these guys to when they do come into NFL, they're not used to it. Like when it comes to working out, when it comes to diet, when it comes to interaction with the media, when it comes to what you do on and off the field. There's some programs like Alabama that really prepare you for those things. And there's some that I'm not going to mention that don't do that. And then you come into the NFL and then you're expected as a high pick, not only to be possibly the face of the franchise that just drafted you, but also to perform on the field. And, every single one of us here tries to sometimes compare what we do at our day-to-day job with what these guys do. And it's just not the same. We go and we work and we go home. Truth be told, sometimes when we do that, that's it. Unfortunately, these guys, not only do they have to worry about the stuff they do on the field, they got to worry about the stuff they do off the field, how much they work out, as well as any interactions that they have on social media, outside social media, in the public. I mean, it's just like, could you imagine, like, people want to be famous and rich, but then when you become rich and famous, you are in the spotlight 24/7, like a lot of these athletes, a lot of these young men are. And unfortunately, they're not prepared for it. And if you don't have the right coaching staff or the right people around you to help you with that, and on top of that too, before NIL, you had these kids getting their big first paycheck ever in their entire life coming to the NFL. So, money and fame could be considered the root of all evil, or it could help really blossom some of these folks. So it'll be interesting to see if some of the negativity that's coming around Mr. Armando Membo, if it's true or not. But you know what? Again, the Jets are making the right picks. Here we go. They are actually building from the trenches out, which is a smart thing to do. And it'll be interesting to see how they go about the rest of the draft. I know that supposedly Breece Hall might be available for trade, which I think is insane. I think he's an amazing talent. But you know what? They did draft Braylon Allen. They do have Austin Davis. They have running backs there who I feel like can get the job done. And maybe Breece Hall, due to his injury issues coming in, he had a lot of tread on the top. He had a lot of tread used on the tires coming out of Iowa State. then he also tore his ACL, and he has some stuff going on there too. Now, this guy right here, Will Johnson, one of my he's probably one of my favorite corners out of this draft this year. And it was considered to be sacrilegious to even consider him falling to the 23rd pick for Green Bay. And since then, it has been said that it's possibly that he could, based on the fact that injury concerns and other things like that. So I really am looking forward to seeing how the rest of this draft plays out, to see whatever trades are made, as well as what people do when it comes to possibly panicking or reaching for certain players. It'll be interesting to see which way they go. But man, oh man, let's see what we got, guys. Let's see what we got. So the pick is in, and here we go. Yep. Armand Membu. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. That's what's up. Yep. 6'4", 332 pounds, ran a 4.9, 140. Explosive, knee bender, easy redirect. All I gotta say is, so he played right tackle at Missouri. So when you're so I was going to let you guys know, when it comes to a guy like this, think of Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson was also a top 5 pick. I think he was picked 4th overall by Philadelphia. And he was also picked and then played right tackle and basically made a Hall of Fame career playing right tackle. So, again, they have Tyrion Smith over there. I think he's still there. And having this guy, they could play him his whole career's been at right tackle. I can see him probably going to right tackle and basically just solidifying right tackle for the Jets. You never know, though, because sometimes these coaching staffs get a guy like, oh, you play right tackle, you can play left tackle. And so just give you guys an example. If you listen to any offensive lineman that's played in the NFL, if they played on one side of the line their whole entire career and they have to now go to the other side, they say try imagining trying to wipe your ass with your opposite hand. And that's how it feels when you're playing on the other side of the line, opposite what you normally play. So I just keep that in mind anytime you see someone get that. It's like, oh, he's a right tackle. We can make him a left tackle. It's not really that easy. It's a lot of work and effort that needs to be put in to make that happen. All right, let's see what we got, guys. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Okay. There we go, folks. Here we go. That's it. All right. So just to let you guys know, if you don't want to know the pick, you can mute me real quick. But the Carolina Panthers are up. 8th overall pick. All right. Yeah. Tatario McMillan, Arizona, 6'4", 219-pound receiver who literally, from a college production perspective, an absolute amazing talent. He is everything you want as a football player on the field. Unfortunately, he's had a lot of things come out recently when it comes to his off the field. Todd McShay eviscerated him when it comes to saying that he doesn't like practicing. He even his own admission that doesn't like even talking about or even thinking about football outside of football. And that basically McShay said that he would take off plays and that if he wasn't being watched by certain scouts, that he wasn't really caring or trying. I mean, there's a lot of hate being thrown out on him. So it really was interesting to hear all this stuff coming out to make me feel like they were trying to make him drop in the draft. And instead he got picked 10, top 10, basically 8th overall in the top 10 picks. That's crazy. And you know what? Like, this as a Packer fan, this is what we want. We want all these kinds of guys getting picked right now. We want quarterbacks. We want certain receivers. We want certain offensive linemen. We want running backs. We want positions where really technically Green Bay doesn't need those in the first round. What we need is wide receiver, cornerbacks, but maybe some guys like Will Johnson, like, Trey Amos, maybe Maxwell Harrison, or receivers. Like, I know my boy, Emeka Egbuka is my guy. That's the guy I want. And I think get him at 23 is a smart move. If we don't, reaching for a guy like Jaden Higgins, I'd be fine with. Jaden Higgins is another outstanding talent out of Iowa State, Senior Bowl guy, physically gifted, physical specimen, great interview, just an amazing football player. And then his running partner, Jalen Noel, another Iowa State receiver, is another beast out of one as well too. So there's a lot of talent that I can see why Green Bay decides to trade out of the first round, why they would do it. For the purposes of the show and the purposes of just my sanity, I don't want them to do that, but we'll just kind of see how this plays out, to be honest with you. But damn, all right. That was not what I was expecting, but here we go. You talk about Carolina Panthers making a reach. Good goobity goo. Like that was quick. I know a lot of folks thought that he was going to drop to a 23rd pick. I personally didn't see it happening. I felt like he was way too physically gifted to do that. Now, because of the personality stuff and the work ethic and stuff like that, there's a possibility that he would drop, but I don't know. You have a talent like that, it's kind of hard to pass on him. Bryce Young, he needs those kinds of weapons. He needs more weapons. He really came on at the back end of the season last year, really proving a lot of people wrong when it comes to him being a supposed bust as a first pick overall. I just knew that he needed some time and just some patience to be able to come in and just allow to thrive without the pressure, which is hard when you're a first overall pick. And literally the second you come in, everything about you is being questioned. Not your arm talent, but your height, your heart, your ability to be a legitimate quarterback, your weight, everything's being questioned. And you know what? Like, it's really hard enough to even get into the NFL. It's hard enough to play in the NFL. And it's hard enough to then have to do all that and also get a lot of hate thrown at you at the same time, too. I mean, he was a very, very productive quarterback when he was at Alabama. We've seen recently a lot of these quarterbacks that out of Alabama didn't do that great, and now they have been. You got Jalen Hurts, Tua. You have now Jalen Milroe, who might be a first-round pick, who I'm not a real big fan of as a quarterback. But you know what? Like, he physically speaking, he's an amazing athlete. He has the ability to become a very good quarterback. He just needs to really work on his accuracy, and that's what it comes down to. But here we go, guys. All right. New Orleans is on the clock. New Orleans is on the clock. So, all right. Wow. Man, oh, man. And it's funny, too. I think a lot of people thought Carolina might go defense. You know, you had Derek Brown coming off the ACL injury. You saw them trying to make certain investments on the defensive line when it comes to going for Milton Williams. And, you know, people really did think that they were going to do that. But truth be told, they went and got probably one of the better not athletic, but one of the better receivers coming out right now. A lot of people are saying that McMillan is Mike Evans 2.0. I got to tell you guys right now, that is some really, really high praise because Mike Evans is probably a surefire Hall of Fame receiver. He's one of the few receivers in this league that has literally had consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, which you don't think is a big deal, but it really is considering the fact of how many times he's been injured. I mean, he has hamstrings of jelly, and the guy still finds a way to hit 1,000 yards every year, which is crazy. And that's with all kinds of different quarterbacks throwing him the ball. And of course, you know, he has moments where, you know, he has moments with, you know, Baker Mayfield and then Tom Brady. And then before that, it was like a shit show of quarterbacks that were there. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, if McMillan can live up to the hype of being considered this boy wild though. He over here, he wilding out walking up the tunnel. But hey, man, I'm happy for him. Respect, you know, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do in Carolina because I feel like he has an opportunity to be the number one receiver in Carolina. And, you know, him being a young dude, you got Bryce Young, also a very, very young quarterback. They have an opportunity to really thrive and to develop a very great relationship together. I think it could really work out for both of them in this sense. And truth be told, if you look at, you know, Dave Canales is a very good OC. Yeah, I feel like he's still working his way as becoming a good head coach, but he's on his way, and he was able to really turn that offense around. And you can't forget my boy, Regio Evero, defensive coordinator over there, who I'm a big fan of, who was able to, you know, who's had good defenses until last year, and a lot of injuries on defense really made that defense look a lot worse than they really are. So it will be interesting to see how the rest of this draft plays out for Carolina because they have a great opportunity to really build up with a lot of not great, but good to pretty good talent on the rounds 2 through 7. And don't forget, a lot of guys that don't get drafted. Don't forget those guys, there's undrafted free agents that are very talented guys that don't get drafted, that still get picked up by teams and have opportunity to try to run with it. So let's see what we got here, guys. All right, give me a second. Let me see what we got. Let me see what we got. Let's see if the Saints stay at their pick. That's what I want to know. All right. Let's see. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Boom. Here we go. All right, guys. All right. So it seems like the Taylor Penning Jr. pick, the tackle out of where was that boy playing at? This dude basically was like he's a thug on the freaking field, man. He was the guy that would play through the whistle. I mean, to the point to where like he was like harassing players and then busting them up and literally trying to hurt them. Okay, and his antics worn out. He did a lot of this stuff, and then unfortunately wasn't really that good of a tackle in the NFL. His fifth-year option was not honored, and guess what? The Saints now are picking Kelvin Banks Jr. They are, again, trying their best to build their line, which I think is a very smart thing for them to do. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if they do try to trade back into the first round to get a quarterback, because you already heard about Derek Carr has a really short – his shoulder injury is a lot worse than they thought it would be, and he might need surgery. If that happens, that could knock him out for half the year, if not the whole year. And, having Jake Hafner and having Spencer Rattler, none of those guys are really the answer at quarterback. With that being said, I know that the Saints are enamored with Shedeur, a little more so Jackson Dart. They did a lot of extensive work on Jackson Dart. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to trade back into the first round. I do feel like because of the fact that quarterbacks are going to be dropping, that Green Bay would trade back to acquire more picks if they can get a first round next year. Because somebody's going to, like the Giants, the Browns, the Saints, they're all going to try to come back in and try to get a quarterback. And if these teams that are coming up, like Chicago doesn't need a quarterback, San Fran doesn't, Dallas doesn't, Miami doesn't, Indianapolis, not really. I'm a big Richardson guy. Arizona doesn't. Cincy, nope. Seattle, nope. I mean, Seattle could go quarterback, possibly. I don't think my boy Ghosts over there, Sam Darnold, I don't think he's worth a damn. I think that he's a charlatan. He's not that good. He's a bust. He was a bust before. He's a bust now. And he's shown that if you just get pressure on him, he crumbles. He's literally Bo Callahan, man. That's all he is. He's like, if there was a player in the NFL that you could resemble Bo Callahan, and once he gets hit a couple times, his ass shook his hell, that is Sam Darnold. Then Denver don't need a quarterback. Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. Chargers don't. Green Bay obviously doesn't. Minnesota, they got J.J. McCarthy. They picked him 4th overall last year. They might win him. They not. I don't know. But Kelvin Benjamin. I keep saying Kelvin Benjamin, man. That wide receiver from back in the day. Keep freaking with my head. But Kelvin Banks Jr., 6'5", 315 pounds, out of Texas. Beast. Absolute beast. That whole offensive line for Texas was solid last year. And you know what? I think he's one of those dudes. He was protecting, he was protecting Arch Manning. He was protecting Quinn Evers. I'm telling you, like, all these Saints were not good last year. It's a smart pick. You know what? They've had pretty good offense. They've had top 10 offensive lines their whole, probably last 10, 15 years. Until recently. A lot of their guys have gotten older, and they really haven't really backfilled them as well as they thought they would. Looking at just, his ability. The thing is that when you have these guys that play tackle, you want them coming from teams that do routinely throw the ball a lot in the college football. Because there's a lot of college football that have teams that either run the ball a lot, they do a lot of quarterback option, they do things to where you don't really see a good resume of pass protection by the tackles. And sometimes when you have a team like Texas, who was throwing the ball on a pretty consistent basis, you did get to see him kind of showcase his ability as a tackle. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do in the Saints. It'll be cool. It'll be fun to see, to say the least. All right, guys, let's see. Now, Chicago, my arch nemesis. I was going to wear my Chicago Bears Still Suck shirt. Chose not to. But I'm going to be interested to see which way these Bamas go. they have an opportunity to, man, they can really go in any direction. They can go offensive line. They can go, wow. Whoa. Okay, guys. All right, so check this. Okay, so the Bears decided to go. This is a little crazy to me. Here we go. Ryan Poles cutting up like usual. Tyler Warren was there, Penn State tight end. He instead goes with Colston Loveland, who's probably the second best tight end in the draft this year. Again, Ryan Poles thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. This is what he does every year. He makes picks that just don't make any sense. Caleb Williams was obviously an easy pick. It was a consensus overall pick. That ain't nothing new there. But grabbing Colston Loveland when you had an opportunity to get Tyler Warren, not really. I agree with that. Then again, though, I'm okay with it because you know what? That's what they do. They literally have Cole Kmet. They have tight ends there already, and then now they're going to go and draft one overall. You know what? The Bears are going to bear. I love it. This is another pick that I just absolutely love that they do. They write the jokes for me. Yeah, I'm gonna hate on these Bamas all freaking day. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then San Francisco trade up into the 11th pick, and they went ahead and grabbed whatchamacallit. Tight end one. Okay, all right. And then again, you got Ben Johnson over there, who's a first-time head coach who talks a lot of shit that I don't think he's backed up yet, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if he can back it up as a head coach. He has a lot of work to do when it comes to Chicago. Grabbing a guy like Loveland over Tyler Warren, hey, that's a choice. The 49ers have decided to draft Mekhi Williams, edge out of Georgia. I think that is absolutely crazy. That is insane to me. Like, I thought they would have gone Shamar Stewart. I thought they would have went Derek Harmon. There was a lot of different ways I thought San Fran would go. Going there is like, all right, like Mekhi Williams. Now, don't get me wrong, an uber talented defensive lineman, probably one of the best run stuffers on the Georgia team right now. So having him there on a defense that, you know what, brought back Robert Saleh. You know what? I see it. You know, they're being smart. They're just trying to pick it from – they're trying to get their defensive line fixed up. But here we go, guys. Bears, they think they made a good pick. But, yeah, I'd be booing too. I'd be booing my ass too if I was there. The hell with that. The hell with that, dog. This is why you don't have head coaches make decisions like this. Because this is dumb as hell. I can't wait to see these Bear fans. They're going to be mad as hell. Watch. They're going to be mad as hell. Watch. They're going to be mad as hell, dog. They're going to be mad as hell. I cannot wait. This is going to be funny as hell, dude. Now, the question is, because you got what you call? Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let's see what we got going on.
Legend, Bears Hall of Famer Steve McMichael. My heart is with the McMichael family during this incredibly difficult time. Missy, please know that you are in our thoughts and prayers. Mongo's remarkable contributions to the game and the community will never be forgotten. His legacy.
Sorry, guys. All right, well, I can't hate on the Bears right now. They lost someone. They lost a Hall of Fame player. Rest in peace, rest in power. I'll never make fun or hate on that. You know, nothing. I'll keep my mouth shut right now while they're talking about him.
And closest friend, Walter Payton, running back, Jackson State. Walter would go on to rush for nearly 7.
All right, guys. All right, let's see what we got.
10 touchdowns over 13 seasons, all with the Chicago Bears. As you heard earlier, the NFL continues to honor sweetness.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. What we got?
But also his commitment to give back to his community with the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. So with the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
Here we go. Yeah, boom. Now that's done. Now that's done. Let's move it on. Let's move it on. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yep. Mm.
You'll see these skills again. Just look at these easy windows that he creates for the quarterback by his ability to just pull away. And once he gets the ball, he can transition quickly up the field.
All right, guys, here we go. Go. Let's see. Give me 1 second, folks. All right, my question is, which way do the Cowboys go? They're probably gonna go Golston. I think they're gonna go Golston, guys. I think they're gonna go Golston. Let's see it, guys. Let's see. Did he say Gesicki? Gesicki is not a good comp. He can't block to save his fucking life. He's literally a wide receiver tight end. You're picking a tight end 10th overall. He needs to be the most complete tight end in the game. He needs to be Brock Bowers. He needs to be George Kittle. He needs to be Travis Kelce before Travis Kelce got old. Okay, that's what he needs to be. That's not what Colson Loveland is. Straight up, that's not what he is. But it's okay. We're gonna find out and see. FYI, guys, the schedule will be released on May 14th. May 14th. I cannot wait. That's not always the case for tight ends. He runs very clean routes, and then you can put him anywhere on the field. You want to line him up, singled up on the outside? Great. Here we go. Come on now. Oh, they're showing video of the Packers in the war room. And yeah, that's what we do, dog. Yeah. My boy Matt LaFleur got that fresh shape up, man. Mr. Hatcan Barbershop in Green Bay. Y'all need to go check him out if you're in the area. I'm going to tell you right now. All right, here we go. 49ers, Michael Williams, edge, Georgia. Another physical specimen who amazing football player off the edge, one of the best run stuffing defensive ends on Georgia, as well as probably in the college sports, in college right now. So, yeah. You know what? I'm a big John Lynch hater, but he drafts well. He really does. As much as I want to hate on him being a TV celebrity and personality and this and that, he's come in, minus the Trey Lance trade. He's done a really, really good job of really building some solid teams in the Niners. It'll be interesting to see exactly which way they go with Brock Purdy. I think they're going to pay him. And if they do, that's going to, set them back a little bit. But truth be told, you know what? He deserves it, being Mr. Irrelevant to starting quarterback and literally helping them lead their team to, at least almost 2 Super Bowls if you think about it, right? So if he didn't get hurt in that Philadelphia game. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But let's see what they do here. Let's see how this goes, guys. Let's see how this goes. Bear with me as I'm trying to just see what we got going on here. I just don't think they reached on Colson Loveland. I really do. I think that you know what, that's fine though. The Bears reach. That's what they do, man. They think they're the smartest people in the room, man. But it's fine though. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, considering the fact that Tyler Warren is still there. I would like to see. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Warren goes to Miami, or Indy for that matter, because I could see it being one of those two that grabs them because they could use a tight end. Dallas has some pretty good talent at tight end with Ferguson and also with Shoemaker, so they're fine. Miami, I take that back now. They got that one dude. What the hell is his name, guys? Yeah, I completely agree, man. Picking Cole Loveland over Warren is definitely a decision. Not that one that I think is a smart one, but the fact that it's the Bears, I'm not complaining one damn bit, guys. Not one damn bit. It's like that. That is fine by me, honestly. All right, let's see what we got. Yes, the Bears will always suck. They still suck. They have sucked. And they will suck. Plain and simple. We were there Super Bowl win last week of the season last year. Great, wonderful, happy for them. Don't give a damn. They go, it'll be doo-doo like they always do. So I can't wait. And I can't wait for Ben Johnson to eat crow for all that garbage he was talking in his opening press conference. He can go to hell. I don't give a damn. All right, let's do it. Not figuratively, not literally, please. All right, guys. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. I tell you guys. Yeah, dog. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Who's that? Matthew Golden? All right, Golden. Got him. Gone. That's fine by me. Let's do it, baby. Come on. Oh, what they got? What is it? Yeah, they on the clock now, but they ain't made the damn pick yet. Let's go, baby. Come on now. All right, guys. All right, go. Go.
Please direct your attention to the main stage radio
All right.
for a special message
Can we?
from United States service members stationed at Dakota Air Base in Japan.
Hello from United States Forces Japan.
All right. All right, guys. Let's go.
Army, Marine Corps, and Navy. We're proud to announce that this year we're celebrating our 250th anniversary.
My boy, Dusty Everly. Everly's over there in Green Bay. Love it. That's crazy. You got Warren Sharp over here trying to make excuses for freaking their pick in Chicago, dog. That Ben Johnson wouldn't be able to run his offense without it. I'm sorry, Cole Kmet is literally a second round pick who's a pretty damn good tight end. Talking about they couldn't do it with him. Okay, whatever. Y'all stupid as hell, man. That's all I gotta say. I'll try to make excuses for Chicago Bears making dumbass picks. I can't do that. Nope. Let's go. What we got? Come on now.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the San Francisco
Michael Williams. They crying or they'll love that. 6'5", 260 pounds, running 4.7. Okay, now. 260 running 4.77. That's not bad now. Now. Yeah, he's a physical specimen. He's another one that's Georgia be just got these folks enough. They just be producing players, man. They're like Penn State, man. They just got nothing but amazing athletes and amazingly talented football players that are coming out. I'm looking forward to really seeing what they do. So, all right. Another Georgia player going in the first round. I feel like SEC always dominates these kinds of things when it comes to players that are drafted. I'm an SEC guy. You guys know that. I'm an SEC dude. So, definitely looking forward to seeing exactly how many more SEC players go. But all right, man. Michael Williams. I am not a Niners fan. I hate the Niners. My cousin Gert Paul is probably up in this joint right now, so I'm talking trash. But truth be told, you know what? It's a good pick. 11th overall, not bad. I thought they probably would have went Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss. I kind of expected them to go that way. They may switch way back into the first round and do it. But truth be told, you know what? They do have a really good defense. Nick Bosa needs to stay healthy. Fred Warner needs to stay healthy. Lenore has a big mouth. And Malik Mustafa is a a dude that I loved out of the draft last year. Ronaldo Green was another guy they drafted who I loved also. Like I said, the Niners, they draft well, man. As much as I want to hate on them because I'm a perpetual hater of these teams that always beat my team. All right, guys. Dallas, Jerry Jones is on the phone. So let's see who they picked. Let's see who they got, guys. Dang! Wow! Get the hell out of here. All right. So I literally thought Dallas was going to go. Wide receiver with Matthew Golden. Instead, they went offensive guard Tyler Booker, Alabama. That is going to piss off a lot of people. It's a good pick. They're building their line. They're trying to protect their franchise. But wow. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see, guys. Oh, that Batman happy as hell. I love it. Look at this boy. He's running. Up to Goodell. All right, big boy. Okay. All right, dog. All right, big dog. All right, guys. All right, let's see. So, again, 0 sacks allowed and 371 blocks. He's played, he played all his time at left guard. He played one game at left tackle. So he's probably the guard. He's going to be their guy in the interior. You know what? They've invested a lot in Guyton and Tyler Smith, and then getting Tyler Booker. I'm telling you, the Cowboys, say whatever you want to say about them. They have always done a really great job of building the offensive line. I mean, truth be told, they've done it. They did it that year when they had, Tyrion Smith and they had Tyron Smith. They had Frederick. They also had, Nick Collins. They've just done and then don't forget, what's that dude's name? Oh my gosh, the guy that just retired too. Shit. Oh my Lord, what was his name? What's his freaking name? Oh my God, help me out, guys. Who the hell was that name, dude, boy? Okay, it's gonna kill me. I'm not even gonna remember it now. But they do. So the thing that was coming out, and Tony Pauline had mentioned this, that the Cowboys like Matthew Golden, but they needed another piece for the offensive line, and they need a leader for the offensive line. And they feel like Tyler Booker was that dude, ultra gifted, comes from a great program that's produced amazing offensive line in Alabama, and on top of that too, unquestioned leader on that offensive line in Alabama. He brings that pedigree and that leadership to Dallas. It's a good pick for them. Never want to see Dallas do anything good, but I'm happy for them. You know what? He has a great opportunity to come in, be a plug-and-play left guard, and hit the ground running. I wonder if he was a Cowboys fan growing up. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. Let's see. All right. He see, that's the thing to look. He's already talking about trying to get with Dak and trying to understand protections and this and that. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want right now. 100%, dog. 100%. Love it. What we got, guys? What we got? All right, guys. Miami's on the clock. They boo? Kind of happy. Yeah, they're kind of happy. They all right. So look at that. Yeah, I told you guys, Zach Martin. That's what his name was. Zach Martin. That was the dude that just retired. But I'm telling you, they've literally invested a lot in the offensive line since 2010, and I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what this guy does, man. It's not bad, dude. mean, rugged, and damn good. I'm sorry. Those are great things to be considered when you're an offensive lineman. So I'll take it all damn day, man. Let's see what we got, guys. Let's see what we got. Anything new? All right. All right. BRB, folks. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. Break the seal. Bear with me 1 second, though. All right. I am back. Bear. Let's see what we got, folks. All right, let's see. The pick is in. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got from Miami, folks. Let's see what we got. Mm-hmm. Wow. Gosh damn it. All right. Well, Miami didn't go the direction I thought they were going to go, but it makes sense with the way they did. So, Kenneth Graham. Sorry, I did the same thing that my boy Eric Branchek did. Kenneth Grant, the other amazing defensive tackle out of Michigan, is the next pick for the Miami Dolphins. Again, they on offense, I feel like they should have went offensive line. But, truth be told, grabbing another guy on the defense, ever since lost Christian Wilkinson, I think it's not a bad move. I think it's the right move. It does help them kind of build from the defense front line out. So it makes sense. I did think they were going to go safety too because they lost, Javon Holland. They tried to trade away Jalen Ramsey. So I don't know. Part of me is like kind of I'm good. I think it's a good pick at the value. But yeah, we'll be interested to see exactly what they do. I know there's a lot of there was a lot of heat good heat that came when Miami first came in with Josh McDaniels. Not Josh McDaniels, with McDaniels. I don't know why. What the hell did I say that? I was like, goodness, Josh McDaniels. But since him being his head coach being there, since then, he has not really been able to adapt very well when it comes to adverse situations in games. And so because of that, Miami's actually lost a lot of close games because he has really fallen off on, certain things when it comes to certain game situations, right? But Kenneth Grant, Michigan, freaking run-stuffing defensive tackle, absolute beast. You're going to see it right here. 6'3", 331 pounds. The play that everyone shows is the one where he is on the line, a running back gets out, and he chases this running back down from the defensive line, and they're showing it right now on NFL Network, and he chases this Bama down at 331 pounds. It's a pretty big deal. That shows effort, especially at his size. That's that's awesome. Also, him being up there with Mason Graham makes a big difference too. He's just a physical specimen, man. And there's a lot of guys on that defense for Michigan that really turned out extremely well. So it'll be really interesting to see how he does in Miami, but he has a great opportunity to kind of run with it. So I'm looking forward to it, see what he can do over there. But all right, here we go. We have Indianapolis on the clock. I'll be interested to see which way they rock and roll. Let's see, guys. Let's see. So, all right, guys. Let's see what we got. All right. Yeah, I think he's going to be a beast too, guys. Okay. So, right now, Colts on the clock, and their pick is already in. Then you have Atlanta, Arizona, Cincy, Seattle. So, don't forget, John Snyder and Goody go way back since Snyder days when he was in Green Bay. It could be a possible trade up for Green Bay. I know there's been a lot of talk of trading back. I do think that it could be subterfuge. I think that if there's a guy that they really want, they're going to make the move to get him. So let's see who the Colts are looking to get. Let's see. Who they got, guys? Who they got? And the funny thing is, too, like the Colts, they got Anthony Richardson, who I think is an amazing football player. He just needs time to get healthy and just be able to play a full season and just really adapt to the NFL. They went and picked up freaking Daniel Jones, who I think is a big old garbage can. And, 1 year, $14 million, whatever, but it might be the light that needs to be lit under Richardson to get to the next level. Let's see what they did. Let's see what the Colts did. Wow, knew it. Called it, guys. I called it. I knew it. I knew Tyler Warren was a pick that Colts would probably run with because you know what? They have at the tight end position, they have guys there that are decent but not consistent. I mean, that's what it comes down to. They have this one dude who played at Virginia who's a monster. I mean, this guy is like 6'8", but he can't stay healthy to save his life. And I'm right now drawing a freaking blank on his name. It's killing me. But Tyler Warren to go to 14th overall pick to a team like the Colts, that is sick, man. Think about Dallas. He literally wears Dallas Clark's number from back in the day. I'm just saying, like 44 there, 44. He probably could be 44 here. Dude, that's an awesome pick. I'm happy for him. I think that's a great pick for the Colts. I think, if anything, he is the number one tight end in this year's draft. I think that he should have been the one that went. I'm happy he didn't go to the Bears. I'm really, really, really looking forward to seeing what kind of damage he can do to Indianapolis. He'll be a great target for Richardson. I think, he'll give him a security blanket and an outlet to get dump-offs off to get positive yardage. And I can't wait to see what he can do. Now, what is the name of that dude? Hold on, guys. Let me tell you guys right now. This is pissing me off. That was the name of that damn dude. All right. Guys, my bad. Let me see it right now. Mo Alley Cox and Jelani Woods. Those are the two tight ends that they have there. And that was just driving me crazy. But neither one of them just can stay healthy and save their life. Tyler Warren, first off, physical specimen and healthy and talented, athletic as hell. Yeah. 6'5", 256 pounds, also senior, so he has experience as a college player too. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice pick for them. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. All right, guys, what we got? All right, Atlanta Falcons are on the clock. This is where I think, this is where I think that they're gonna go edge rusher. So right now, edge rusher is probably their best pick because either that or they're gonna trade back because they've, since Calais Campbell, they've really, and then they lost Grady Jarrett to the Bears. They need pass rush. They need pass rush. That's what they've been lacking. Like when they made that trade and they picked up, not the trade, but when they picked up, what's his name? When they picked up Michael Penix Jr., they had an opportunity to get Dallas Turner and they didn't. And you know what? Like, that's fine, though, because Michael Penix is going to be their literally unquestioned starter for probably the next 15, 20 years. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to seeing what they do from this point on because, Raheem Morris, I think, is a great coach. I think he has a great opportunity there with a lot of good talent in Atlanta with Drake London, with Bijan Robinson, also with Abdul Hodge. What's that dude's name? What's the other receiver's name? Darnell Mooney. And then on top of that, too, Kyle Pitts, if he ever freaking wakes up. On defense, they got our guy there, OG, back in the day when it comes to their defensive coordinator, as well as, they picked up Ulbrich, too, who's over there. And then you got, Jesse Bates. You have Justin Simmons was there, but he's a one-year deal. Can't forget also about, AJ Terrell. They have a really, really good defense. They just need to get a better pass rush. That's all it is. And I think this is right now the chance for them to go Shamar Stewart. I'm a big Stewart guy. I want him to come to Green Bay. But Atlanta can make that move and run with it. I can see it. I definitely could. What's up, Chris? Thank you. See, my boy Chris Rhymes, that's the dude I need to get a drink with because he and me think exactly the same. He knew exactly what I was saying. I had to go look that shit up, and I got my Google man right here. But yeah, bro. Yeah, I was saying, like, them to get Tyler Warren, I think the Colts, they got to steal, man. Because I don't think Tyler Warren was going to last to pick 14. They got him. I think that's going to be this one of the probably the steals of first round right now, I think. I think Loveland's going to be the reach. People can say what they want to say. I don't think he should have went before Warren personally. So we're gonna see now with Atlanta what they're gonna do. I'm still waiting to see if they do it. I'm down with Stewart. Yeah, hey man, I'm with you, man. I think Shamar Stewart, if we get him late in first round, maybe in the beginning of the second round, which I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's gonna be a first round pick. Physical gifted. There's a lot of talk of the fact that when it comes to his workout, one of the best workouts to ever be done by a guy at his size and his size and weight. There are some concerns about him being like Vernon Golston, the first round pick for the Jets many, many years ago, who was a workout warrior but was absolute garbage in the NFL. And that's the fear, right? Truth be told, though, in the right system, with the right scheme, with the right coaching staff, they could get a guy like that and mold him in the right way. Also, he interviewed extremely well, Shamar Stewart. He came off as engaging and wanting to learn more, wanting to do more, wanting to be more, as well as not being arrogant at all. That's the reason why you're seeing him go in the first round, because he may not have had production in college, but the upside is very high. He's one of those dudes with a very high ceiling, but then also very high, unfortunately, a very low floor because of the fact that if production wasn't there, then it's okay, what are we going to do? Can he take that next step or can he not? So I get it. The Falcons are definitely taking their time to make this damn pick. I don't know what they're doing right now. And they got Kirk Cousins, one of the most expensive backups ever. Kirk Cousins is a thief. That's all I got to say. That Bama, he's been getting paid, and he ain't done crap since. Now, Maxwell Hairston, he is a pretty good cornerback out of Kentucky. I'm not a big fan of him because of his size. I want a guy a little bit bigger and more durable. But you know what? If Green Bay grabs him, that'd be fine. I don't know what Terry Fontenot is doing because it looks like they made their pick, but they bull jiving right now. What's going on? Come on now. Yeah, I agree with that too. If you looked at Justin Mosqueda's breakdown of Shamar Stewart, he showed how multiple times he was just a beast, like a man with his hair on fire coming off the line, was able to win one-on-one, get instant pressure. He just couldn't finish a lot. And so because of that, I think that was the issue. That was kind of like the concern of can he be taught to rein it in and be able to stay in control? I feel like he can be. I'm with you on that, Chris. I definitely think that with the right coaching, and if he were to come to a team like Green Bay, he's not going to start right away. Damn, they waited till the last minute to put that freaking pick in, didn't they? Okay. I agree, Trag. I agree, bro. If we can get Derek Harmon can last to a 23rd pick, sign me up. He is Justin Mosqueda is an Oregon dude, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably put a video on it, and he's probably put a lot of stuff on it. But yeah, we need more help on the defensive line. I think, I feel like Kenny Clark has an opportunity to maybe second year in the scheme to maybe go back to what he used to be. I don't know if he was maybe dealing with an injury last year. I'm scared that, this might be his last year in Green Bay. That happens, right? I get it. But, getting a guy like Derek Harmon to be able to spell him and also be a defensive lineman, 300 plus, who has great pass rushing chops, sign me up for that. So let's see, guys. Let's see. All right. Let's check what we got. Here. Let's see. Come on now. Yep. Well, they got somebody. They didn't make a trade. All right, guys. All right. Oh, okay. They did it, guys. Track says, I hate Oregon, but I want to win. I feel you, man. Hey, man, we've, Evan Williams is an amazing Oregon pick. And then, maybe we can, we've done pretty good from the Pac-10 when it comes to certain players. I mean, Kenny Clark was a Pac-10 guy out of the UCLA. Of course, Dayton Jones was not a very good pick, but we've done some pretty good stuff over there. Sam Steele is the Pac-10, and he's the West Coast scout for Green Bay, and he's really done a great job of finding some great talent over there. One of the main guys that was actually able to find Jordan Love like he did. So, you know what? If they do get a guy like Derek Harmon, I would be very happy about it. I agree, Chris. I really hope to God that Halfley does not go anywhere. I just want Halfley to be in Green Bay forever. I want him to be like Spagnuolo. Just don't go. Jalen Walker, Georgia. So Jalen Walker was the dude that people thought would go before Michael Williams. 6'1", 243 pounds. He was considered to be the true defensive tackle / pass rusher. If you're getting compared to Donta Hightower, that's a pretty damn good comp. Donta Hightower was a beast in Alabama, and he had a very good career with the New England Patriots in the NFL. And truth be told, Jalen Walker I thought was going to be a top 10 pick, honestly. The fact that Michael Williams went ahead of him, 1A, 1B, that's fine. Truth be told, though, I think the Atlanta Falcons, they missed on Dallas Clark last year, and they were able to now grab Jalen Walker this year. I think that they made out like bandits. They got a franchise quarterback last year with Michael Penix. They got literally a defensive end guy that's going to be probably pass rushing for the next 10 to 12 years. Think Vic Beasley, but with running defense chops, which Beasley did not have at all. All right. What we got? I have a Panthers fan. He kind of wanted Walker. He did not like Chris, I agree, man. It's one of those things where I thought Carolina was going to go defense. I understand they have an offensive-minded coach. I understand, their GM, Dan Morgan, former linebacker for Carolina, pretty damn good linebacker, too, until concussions kind of jacked him up. Truth be told, I thought they were going to go defense, too. Don't be surprised if Carolina really loads up on defense on the back end of the draft. There is a lot of talent I feel like they can get late. I agree. I really felt they could have went Kenneth Grant out of Michigan there. I would have probably went Grant instead of McMillan. Again, when you have an opportunity to get a receiver who could possibly be your number one receiver, who can grow with your quarterback, I get it. I get it to a degree. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, Arizona Cardinals, Mr. Monty over here, another really, really young and smart GM, knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing. People don't understand, Arizona has not been like this showcase amazing team because, Kyler Murray had the injury and he's kind of recovering from it. But he's really, really built a really great team over there. He's invested in Paris Johnson and other linemen on that offensive line. He also went, as you guys can see it here, he went and got Josh Sweat, paid him a shit ton of money. But the truth be told, they have a really good nucleus over in Arizona, young team. And I think, the way Monty Osifert has been really building that team from the ground up, you're going to see Arizona make some noise. Arizona was looking really good last year. with them being a shell of themselves, considering the fact that Kyler Murray was just coming off that really serious injury the year before. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where Arizona goes here. I am a huge Trey McBride. If I'm going to say it right now, it might be a bold take. Trey McBride is the number one tight end in the league right now. He is. He is literally better than every other tight end in the league. I think he's better than Laporta. I think he's better than Kelsey. He is probably number one tight end one for me. The fact that he didn't have a touchdown to week 17 or 16 wasn't really his fault. That was more like the quarterback in the offense, but just yardage, his ability to be a complete tight end, and also just have the intent, play with so many different quarterbacks and still produce. Yeah, hands down, tight end one. And, for my fantasy folks, I know I love fantasy football. I definitely think he's going to, if you're going to draft the tight end, grabbing him in this second to fourth round is not a bad pick at all. So, all right, Paris Johnson, former first-round pick for the Arizona Cardinals in 2023. And then last year, they did the offensive line last year too. I want to see what offensive line last year too, didn't they? Yep, pick is in for Arizona. Let's see what they got, guys. Let's see what they went. I'm hoping to God that Derek Harmon did not just get picked because that would piss me off. Or Ibuka. I don't want either one of them. Please let them fall to Green Bay. All right. See you guys. Let's see. Come on. I need my spillers. Come on now. What we got? All right. Cardinals. Wow. Yes. All right, guys. All right. You're going to see here in a couple minutes. Walter Nolan, Ole Miss defensive tackle, 16th overall pick. This was a guy who basically was considered to be a fringe first to second round pick who now has turned into a top 16 pick. And truth be told, he is another physical specimen. What I'm saying is this guy, when you're going to see his stats and you see his tape and they show you his highlights, he has an amazing first step. Think of Jerome Worthy back in the day, but probably 10, 15 pounds heavier and played in a productive, very high intense, division in SEC with Ole Miss. Unlike Joe Worthy, I think, who came from Penn State. And after his, he really didn't do shit for us after his high second round pick was absolute doo-doo. But Walter Nolan, man, I agree, Chris. I know Clayton out of Packer, Clayton was a big Walter Nolan guy. And I told him that, hey, if we got him, we got him. At 23, a lot of these guys, they're falling to you. You're not really complaining, right? I'm okay with it. But I'm telling you guys, Walter Nolan, dude, him in Arizona with Jonathan Gannon over there, he's trying to be very much like he was when he was in Philly as well as when he was in the Colts, building a defense that rushes with four, okay? 6'3", 296 pounds. He has amazing upside. I mean, honestly, he has the ability to kind of play nose tackle, even though he's not big enough to play nose tackle, but on that defense, he possibly could. But he has that country boy strength. And I hope I don't offend anybody with that. But what I mean by that is he's just a very physically strong dude who may not show it in the gym or working out, but when he's on the field, he's very, very, very hard to contain. Just the fact that he has an amazing first step, amazing burst, and on top of that has that kind of that grown man strength. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. So, all right, guys, Cincinnati is on the clock. I definitely think Cincinnati should probably go offensive line or defense. They need to revamp their whole defense. They lost Lou Amaro. They went ahead and picked up the defense coordinator from Notre Dame. Decision there. I'm not sure I'm really on that, but hey, you know what? We picked up Jeff Hafley, and it worked out for us. Maybe they know something I don't know. But they lost Lou. Defenses lost a lot of guys. Mike Hilton's still available. Jesse Bates is gone. They need to really redo that whole defense. So don't be surprised if they go here. Unfortunately, I hate to say, but Derek Harmon could go right here because they on their defensive line. Excuse me, the Larry Obijo and the other guys they've lost over time. they really haven't backfilled it as much. And Trey Hendrickson is a one-man wrecking crew, but truth be told, he needs help. He just needs more help, and that's what it comes down to. I agree, Trey. When it comes to Cincinnati, two things. They've invested so much money now in Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins that if I am them, you have options. You either go guard or tackle. Maybe you decide to go for the kid out of Ohio State, Josh Simmons, or you decide and go and get maybe another corner like, Maxwell Hairston or Trey Amos, or you know what? Will Johnson, again, was supposed to be a top 5 pick, and here we are at pick 17. So I can see Will Johnson going here. They need to work on that defense. But if they don't and they decide to go offensive line, perfectly fine with it. Because weapon-wise, when it comes to them, their whole offense is set. I mean, they got 2 bona fide WR1s. They have Mike Gesicki, who's had a resurgence over there. Then on top of that, too, they have Chase Brown. They still have Zach Moss. Their offense is set. The offensive line is not bad, not good, though. I think that you have a franchise quarterback who I'm a big Joe Burrow guy, LSU's finest. Okay, don't get me wrong. And truth be told, you have an opportunity to help build it in. All right, guys, pick is in for the Bengals. So let's see what they do here. My thought is that if they make the smart decision, they're probably going to go offensive line. Consensus pick from where I stand is defense. So we're going to see how they rock and roll here. Let me see what we got, guys. Let me see if I can tip a pick for you guys. Tip pick. Let's see. Yeah, see, my buddy Christopher Carter, he does Locked On Steelers for the Pittsburgh Steelers, also does a lot of Pittsburgh stuff. He even said here, too, Derek Harmon is the last defensive tackle that he would have slotted in his top 21 picks before he gets to the Steelers, and he may go to the Bengals. I agree. Again, I've been saying it all night now. Your defensive line needs to be stout. You need to be able to provide pressure. They already got literally an all-pro, literally almost defensive player of the year last year in Trey Hendrickson. You getting a guy like Derek Harmon on that defense line would be sick, would be a kick to my stomach. But again, a thing that would maybe not let them do that, because they did pick up Green Bay's finest, TJ Slayton, who was our 330-pound nose tackle. So they might not go Harmon because they already got that position filled with Slayton. Then again, though, they might use both. They might supplement with also, they pick someone up a free agency and they also drafted somebody. So we'll be interested to see exactly which way they go. Let's see what we got, though, guys. Let's see. Oh! Chris, I am sorry. Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M, pass rusher, edge, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm sorry, guys. Defense. And guess what? You know what? You get Shamar Stewart. You have him on the other end with Trey Hendrickson. Holy crap. Yeah. You talk about somebody that never had the virtual opportunities to sit there and get one-on-one opportunities. He's going to get them with Trey Hendrickson. Now, does Hendrickson stay there? That's a good question. They still might try to trade him if they don't pay him. A lot of things that could happen. But if they do keep him, good goobity goo. I'm just saying, you talk about improving your defense, getting a guy like Shamar Stewart, who's a physical specimen, 6'5", 265, 270 pounds, 9.9, if not 10.0 freaking RAS score. I'm just saying, he is going to the right defense with the right mentality, based on the fact they don't really have anything there, so they need the help, right? So, yeah, I was gonna say you're right, Chris. There's a lot of folks that were hating on the fact that Stewart was gonna, be a Green Bay Packer. Truth be told, I was on the Stewart bandwagon a little bit just because of Justice is my boy and I respect his work, and he was on it. So if he said, it's there's a lot of guys that if they say something, I'm gonna rock with it. Justice, Ben Fennell, Andy Herman, all these guys, man, they do the work, man. They put the time in. They try to learn. So Brian Maffey, for that matter. A lot of these guys, they put the work in. Brendan Rupp, can't forget my boy. A lot of these guys, they put the time in. So when they stump for certain dudes, I'm going to rock with it. I'm going to do my research, see what I think too. Shamar Stewart, I'm really looking forward to being able to watch his career from the NFC. So he's not in my conference. I'll take that all day and really just see what he's going to be able to do in Cincinnati. All right, guys, we got the Cincinnati. So Seattle is up. Seattle is on the clock. Now, Seattle might trade down and gather some more picks. Who knows? We're going to wait and see what happens here. All right.
I'm surprised to see him go defense here. This defense last year, not good. Tied for 25th in points per game, tied for 25th in sacks.
Yeah, 6'5", 267 pounds, runs a 4.59. I'm sorry, 4.59 is what like quarterbacks and even receivers and running backs and tight ends run. And you got a dude that's like 6'5", basically 6'6", and almost like 270 pounds running that. He is literally, I mean, the comp is Rashawn Gary. I mean, Rashawn Gary came out of Michigan at 6'5", 272 pounds, running a 4.67. I'm just saying, like, the comp is there. And again, also, Rashawn Gary didn't have a lot of production when he was in Michigan. It was because of the fact that he did all the dirty work so other guys could have the production. So it'll be interesting. And as you can see, if you're watching his highlight tape right now on NFL Network, he is, I mean, honestly, like, if you look at him, he's just around the ball a lot. He may not have been to finish a lot of plays, but the fact is he's always around the ball. You can get the right coaching staff to be able to kind of help bring him back in, help get more of a controlled pass rusher. And honestly, on the opposite side of Trey Hendrickson, you have nothing but a chance to blossom, man. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. Seattle is on the clock. My boy Shamar's still wearing all that green. I thought he could be a Green Bay Packer for real, man. But hey, man, more power to him. Happy for him. Ain't got to worry about it unless we play them for whatever reason every once in a while. So I'll take it. So let's go. Let's see what we got, guys. Let's see. Let us see. You know, pick 17. So we're going pick 18 now. We about 5 picks out from us. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's see if Green Bay stays. Let's see if they trade up, they trade back. You know, so far, our guys are still there. Derek Harmon is still there. Will Johnson is still there. Matthew Golden is still there. Ibuka is still there. There's a lot of guys that are still available. So we're going to wait and see how this plays out. I would love to see – I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers go Golden, personally. I could see it. I definitely could see it. I just have a feeling right now. But, all right, guys, Seattle is on the clock. So let's see what we got going on. Excuse me. Oh, man, people are very, very controlled in the way they're thinking about it when it comes to the draft. It is crazy as hell. Oh, goodness. What is that? All right. Let's go. Come on, folks. Oh, I swear, man, these folks are just busting up on Dion so much. It's so funny to me. Like, they're over here, like, quoting the Dion thing. We didn't aim to be the first pick. We just aimed to be in the first round, high in the first round, and we're going to achieve that. His goal and his dream is to be drafted higher than I was, and I feel as though we're going to achieve that as well. I think people need to really take a step back and stop trying to hate on Dion and Shedeur. Deion Sanders was literally – a 3-time or 4-time Super Bowl champ. On top of that, too, was a physical specimen, played on offense, played on defense, kick return, absolute just a beast, okay? And he is a father of his son, man. Like, his son is an athlete. He literally was, one of probably the top 5 quarterbacks in college football last year, and he's just trying to help him out. I know LeVar Ball got a lot of hate too, but at the end of the day, he just loves his kids and was trying to support them. He went a really crazy way about it. Dion is no different. He just wants the best for his kids. I can't hate on that. And it's not like, again, you know what? When you're growing up with a person that is as great as his dad was, yeah, that's a big shadow to come out from under. And I feel like he's done a good job of that. And I'm really rooting for him. I really hope to God that he gets an opportunity, gets drafted here. First round would be great. I think if he gets drafted second round, will be even better because that gives him an opportunity to have a bigger chip on his shoulders and really prove everybody wrong. Jalen Hurts did the same damn thing. It was literally a Heisman Trophy. Was he a Heisman Trophy winner? No, but he was a national champion. And on top of that, too, what did he do? He took it, humble dude, got to the Philadelphia Eagles, got his shot, and guess what? Now he's Super Bowl champ. So, hey, let's go. Run with it. I'm down with it. I'm waiting to see what happens. All right, guys, Seattle is in. Pick is in. Looks like they didn't trade out. They didn't do none of that foolishness. So let's see what they did. These bastards better not take Nick Bukas. I will lose my shit. Ah, thank God. Okay, good. So one of the things that John Snyder has really struggled with his first-round picks. Recent years, he's done a lot better. But the year that they traded away Russell Wilson and they got all those picks, they drafted a lot of guys in the first round, Charlie Cross, and other guys for their offensive line. So since then, their offensive line really hasn't been that good. Hence why Geno Smith got his ass rocked so many damn times. So what they do, they decided to go and build by getting Gray Zabel, North Dakota State. Gray Zabel is marked as a guard at 6'5" and 312. But again, he is being comped to the guy that came out last year who I was enamored with, who I really wanted, who went to Tampa Bay, Graham Barton. This guy can play everywhere on the line. Doesn't matter anywhere. Left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. Don't damn matter. That guy can play everywhere, and he can play well. The thing is, when it comes to, and also that he was a Senior Bowl standout. People don't get, like, Senior Bowl means a lot. A lot of these teams go to Senior Bowl every year because they got kids that come out. They've done their time in college. They come to the Senior Bowl, and they're going up against other seniors that are very, very good at what they do, and that's why they're all there. It's different than the combine. To be invited to the combine is one thing, but to be at a Senior Bowl and then also perform well with your actual peers, it's a big freaking deal. The guys played left tackle last year played left tackle. The year before that started multiple games at left guard and at right tackle. I definitely feel like he has an opportunity to really run and become the lockdown 15-year left tackle with Seattle. I hate Sam Darnold, but at the end of the day, I think he's going to be a great, great, great pick for them. I feel like he has an opportunity to really solidify that offensive line and really do something with it because, truth be told, Charlie Cross has not really worked out. There was another guy that they had who wasn't that great. Yeah, exactly. Chris, that's exactly what I'm saying. And what did Track say? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Goody sometimes be that same shit when it comes to Ryan Poles. Sometimes he thinks he's the smartest dude in the room. You make some picks where I'm like, what are you doing, dog? And some picks, I'm like, okay, I can rock with it. But Chris, like you were saying, LeVar Ball, he got a lot of hate because he has a very, very big personality, very, very open, very, I don't want to say aggressive, but I want to say more so just supportive of his family. And yeah, he got 2 of his kids in the NBA, and a third kid I think is in European League, I believe. And so you can't beat that. Like, I think sometimes people want to hate from a distance, but think about if you had a dad like Dion or like LeVar who just invested all their time, energy, and money and just trying to make the best for their kids. I think like sometimes, maybe there's some jealousy involved with that. Maybe there's just a lack of understanding what that kind of love means. And so, you know what? I'm happy for Shedeur to have a guy like Dion in his back, and also scared too because like I can only imagine having to live under that type of like shadow and trying to come out and make a man of myself, knowing that I'm really following the footsteps of my dad, who literally has, till this day, is still talked about one of the greatest players to play in the NFL. And Dion didn't just play football; he played baseball too. He was really freaking good at baseball too. So I just think like people need to take a step back and understand the greatness of some of these dudes and the side of things that they kind of demand from their kids, and for the kids to come out and they might have an air about themselves, but I'd rather my kid to be confident in what they do and who they are than be schemish or weemish or not have the mental faculty or the aptitude or the strength to be able to survive in this world, because the world does not take any prisoners. Let's be real, guys. It's just, and then you come in the NFL, truth be told, adversity is the thing that can make or break anyone in this world, especially in NFL, because some things are handed to you, some things are not. And truth be told, like you guys sometimes fight for what you want to get. And this is a great opportunity for every single one of these dudes. Doesn't matter if you pick the first pick or if you're a drafted free agent, you have a great opportunity. Once you get in, it's like any job or anything you do in your life. Once you get your foot in that door, you got to make the best of it. If you don't, that's on you. You might have some things that might not go your way. You might have some people that are against you, but you got to find a way to – sometimes you got to find a way to overcome. And I'm not saying that's always easy. I'm not saying it's always fair, but you find a way to do it. And I really hope Shedeur can do that. All right, guys, pick is in. Tampa Bay, pick 19. Pick is in. See if I can help you guys out here. See if they've leaked that pick. Hope to God this. Same here. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Oi, oi, oi. All right. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's see. All right, Tampa, what you got for me, baby? No! I knew it, motherfucker! I knew it! I knew they were going to do this. All right, well, you guys got to get, if someone clipped that, they have a great reaction to me and the pick of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Made the selection. Denver is 2 minutes into their pick. They're all congratulating themselves and excited.
This is some shit right here.
We will find that out in a second. Then Denver has
Gosh damn it. All right, guys. Just let you know, my draft crush has been picked. Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. 19th pick overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, if Derek Carmen is not there at 23, trade back. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I am so over it now. This is infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. Like, it's a smart pick. It is such a smart pick by Tampa. I mean, if anyone saw what happened to Chris Godwin, he was laying on the floor and he had one leg that was going the right direction and he had the other foot literally going backwards while he was laying on his stomach. He literally dislocated and broke his ankle. So, yeah, he's going to be out probably for half the season recovering from that. So, grabbing a dude like him, considering the fact that Mike Evans is not getting any younger, Chris Godwin has some issues staying healthy. You got what the hell is that dude? McMillan, the wide receiver, Jalen McMillan out of Alabama over there too. I'm telling you, great pick by Tampa. Amazing pick for Baker Mayfield. I'm so happy for him, and I'm so upset for us because freaking A, dude. I wanted him so bad, but it makes me feel good to know that he wasn't there at 23. Because if he was there at 23 and we didn't pick him, would stab me in my heart. The fact that he got picked before us makes me mad, but respects the game. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Yes. Hell yeah. I've been on the Ibuka train since the second he declared for the draft, bro. He was the prototypical Matt LaFleur receiver. Love blocking, really good dude, academic dude. Came up the good way. Comes from Ohio State, which is a great pedigree for receivers. Just everything about him. Played with Jeremiah Smith. Played with freaking Jackson Smith and Jigba. Played with all these other Marvin Harris. I don't know, played with all these dudes and was still able to produce, dude. So, No. And anyone that's watching NFL Network, instinctive, strong through contact, my first son, Jackson Smith and Jigba, the guy I wanted over Lucas Van Ness. So now my heart has been broken twice. This is terrible, but it's fine. He's going to do, honestly, I'm happy for him. He's going to have such an amazing career in Tampa. I have no doubt in my mind about that. I think that guy's going to be an absolute beast. It infuriates me that we didn't get him, but it's okay though. Like I said, he's going to a good team. He's going to hopefully with Liam Cohn leaving that Tampa can still continue their success on offense, get Baker going in the right direction. Baker's, I think, a very underrated quarterback. I liked him a lot. I felt like he got a raw deal in Cleveland because he did take him to a divisional round and was literally one pass away from beating the Chiefs that year and then got basically thrown around the league until he got to Tampa. But man, look at him. Look at Emeka. Hey, boy. Look at all that family. Look at everybody so happy for him. I'm happy for him, too, man. Look at this dude. Oh, my gosh. He big dude, too. He big old dude. I didn't think he was that big. Damn. All right, well, look. Like I said, guys, just be ready to watch his career in Tampa. And he is going to be the next Jackson Smith and Jigba, which I think is not, it's crazy to say that, but the truth be told, both these guys are absolutely amazing players. And, these are guys that I root for that as long as they're not playing Green Bay, I root for them. Kind of dudes that I draft late in fantasy football because I'm a fantasy football, degenerate. But yeah, guys. All right, here we go. We're at pick 20, guys. 3 picks away from our picks. So let's see if Green Bay stays there or if they trade back. Gutekunst, at this point, my heart has already been broken with my draft crush. So if that happens, just let you guys know, then yeah. We will, if they do trade out of the first round, I will keep the show going literally all the way through until the draft is over of the first round because you don't know if Green Bay might trade back into the first round. Screw Goody is just going to draft a tackle from Appalachian State. Look, Trag, you ain't lying, dog. Sometimes Goody will make some stupid-ass picks. I ain't going to lie. I'm just saying. He can make some picks where you're just like, all right, dog, I get it. But we're going to wait and see. Oh, I wish he was doing that for Green Bay. Gosh, damn it. I wish he was doing that for freaking Green Bay, man. Now I want a freaking beer. Oh, I want a beer now. All right. Or damn scotch or something. Gosh, damn it. I'm freaking dying right now. Did he? Is it Derek Harmon? Fuck my life. Let's see.
Lowe's knows spring brings new growing moments. Sometimes growing pains.
So it needs food? Full sun, huh? Mm-hmm. Plant these together. Absolutely.
My Lowe's will
Let's see, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Pick isn't in yet. Denver's still rocking and rolling. I wouldn't be surprised if Denver doesn't really need a running back because they got Esme. They got who else they have? Did they have Javonte Williams still? No, Javante's gone. But they have Esme. They may go Amari Hampton, who's the next best running back in the draft right now. They could go receiver too. Defense is actually pretty set. They could probably still go defense. Okay, let's see what they do, guys. Let's see. This is gonna kill me right now. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, they got Greenlaw and Hufanga literally from Niners. That's both are actually extremely good football players coming off injuries. So when you're rentals, if they decide to come back from the injury strong, they could actually do some damage. So it's not a bad pick by any means.
9914 for the men's group. Sorry, what? I got a pretty nice bathroom in there, just in case you need it.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home getting you level with us. The future is here. We've been creating
All right, guys. Let's see.
from the most advanced technology to the broadest.
Oh,
We lead, others follow.
Giants are currently trying to trade back into the first round, so don't be surprised if Green Bay trades with them and acquires more picks. It could happen. Let's see. What did he say? Okay. Well, just to let you guys know, Derek Harmon is probably going to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Christopher Carter, Locked On Steelers, leaked that pick. Basically, they're saying if Denver doesn't take him, then Steelers are going to take him, which is just a gut punch to us all. This sucks. And guess what, guys? You know what's going to happen, right? If Matthew Golden doesn't get picked by the Chargers, Green Bay's going to grab him. He was in for a visit. He has the speed that they want, even though it doesn't show on game tape. He's he's a pretty good receiver there out of Texas. So yeah, we're gonna wait and see how this plays, guys. Got 3 picks left, so we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. We'll see it, guys. Yep, they stayed at 20.
We're about to hear the Denver Broncos first round selection. Last year, they crushed it clearly with 20th overall. Amari Hampton is out there.
Yep.
Back-to-back Ohio State players heading on.
Oh, wow. Okay, Denver went defense. They went Jahdae Barron, cornerback, possibly cornerback Texas. He could play inside, he could play outside, he could play safety. He basically can play anywhere in your secondary. He's a multifaceted player. I think he actually ran a 4.39, which I think no one's expecting him to run. I think him being Northern Denver is a great pick. That's a great pick for them. So, all right, guys. So just to let you know, it's going to be Jahan Barron, and then it's going to be Derek Harmon. So, kick in the nuts, as we expected. Excuse me. Shit.
In the room. Well, the draft room is about to get the 20th overall selection. The Steelers are 90 ticks in now into their clock time for the 21st overall pick. Again, they don't have a second round selection. That went to Seattle for DK Metcalf. They're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. But in the meantime,
All right. Let's see what they do. Come on now. All right, guys. Let's see. All right, so we got Jahdae Barron, Denver. Who's this dude? That looks like damn J.J. McCarthy.
World Wish Month, and the NFL is proud to support the life-changing wishes that Make-A-Wish grants. Yes. One of those wishes will be coming true right now. Sam is a 17-year-old Broncos fan who has bravely battled cancer. His wish is to announce the first-round draft pick For his
Ay, 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 ay.
join me in cheering on Sam as his wish comes true.
Gosh damn it, guys. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right.
Awesome.
All right, let's see. Let's see.
In the 2025 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Jahdae Barron, DB, Texas.
So the 10th player on your top picks is the 20th.
Oh, huh?
Yeah, he was my highest rated player there. My top corner, the first corner to come off the board here. Remind me of Cooper Machine as someone who's going to be outstanding.
Gosh, yeah. Look, then just think about that. Right now, they're talking about it. Jahdae Barron with Patrick Surtain Jr. is that is a scary situation. I'm sorry, that defense is sick already. And then adding this guy, this kind of talented player there with Surtain, who was literally the defensive player of the year last year. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, Denver's defense is going to be stout. They're back to literally that no-fly zone bullshit they did back in the day when they won the Super Bowl in 2015. I can't stand Sean Payton. I think he's a dickbag. So, yeah, here we go. Rich get richer. So we won't find and see. But it looks like Derek Harmon, our guy that we really wanted, is going to be going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I think is a great pick for them. And sucks for us. Yay. Hi, la, 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 la. Let's see. Give me 1 second, folks. I'll tell you guys, Denver's going to be something else. No, load. All right, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be the bearer of bad news here. It's going to be, unfortunately, it's going to be Derek Harmon to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then, unless Will Johnson goes to the Chargers, which they could, because you know what, I can see that because he's a freaking Michigan dude, so it makes freaking sense. So yeah, they'll probably do that because they don't have any corners over there really. Damn. So load it. I don't know what they're waiting for. Just tell the damn pick, call it in, stupid asses, kicking me in the nuts. No, it's not, Rich. Sorry, buddy. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's waiting, all right. He on the phone, I'll tell you that. Shit. Yeah. Damn it, guys. All right, guys, here we go. See what happens here. Let's see what the Chargers do. All right, Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon, Steelers. I mean, I feel like you'd be either Matthew Golden or it's going to be Will Johnson to the Chargers. That's my personal opinion. That's what I'm looking at right now. Yep.
They took one ride on that roller coaster in this portion of the draft. I don't know that they're going to do that again.
What a monster moment this is in the 2025 draft. We're not understating it.
Damn. All right, they're going to be mad as hell.
With the 21st pick, in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon.
There it is. 6'4", 313 pounds, disruptive, instinctive, quick hands. Derek Harmon would have been an amazing defensive tackle pick for the Packers. I think putting him in that defense with the TJ Watts and the Haywards of the world. Yeah. Steelers defense just got that much better. I know, Chris. I know we could take Golden. I'm not a Matthew Golden guy, bro. I'm really not. I kind of hope the Chargers take him because I am not a fan of Matthew Golden. I don't know why. I'm just not. He's one of those dudes who ran a 4.29, ran really fast. But again, like we did that already. We did that with Christian Watson. I just don't. Just want a guy that can play, man. I want a guy that's consistent. Those guys aren't. He's not consistent. Neither was Watson coming out of North Dakota. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a physical specimen. He has uber talent. Don't get me wrong. Very intelligent dude. Hands was always a problem coming out, and then he's improved on it. But still, though, it's still an issue. Yeah, you should. A true North Packer fan. We should pray for my phone. We should pray for my phone. Good thing is I got carpet around here, so I throw it. I'm gonna try to throw it behind me on the couch. So we're gonna see what happens. Chargers are on the clock. Let's see what these Bamas do. Please take Golden. Take my pain away. Let's see, guys. Let's see. All right. At this point now, I feel like unless Will Johnson is there, unless he gets drafted right now, I think we go Will Johnson at 23, or you trade back. I trade back or I get Will Johnson. Those are only two things I want to do at this point. I want the Giants to trade with us right now. Right now. Come on. Trade back in the first round, Bamas. Get your Shador. Get your Shador. Come on now.
This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back. This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff.
Because then. Yeah, no joke. I couldn't agree more. I think that at the end of the day, we have to just watch and see what we kind of play out here. But yeah, these this is going a direction, guys. It's going a direction. You know what I'm saying? It's going in a different direction.
It's always football season at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. In the spring, we're honoring remarkable off-the-field stories in our limited-time character exhibit. Also, backed by
all right, let's see it. Come on, guys. Come on. Pick is in? Not yet. Come on, bastards.
That includes a visit from the new Hall of Fame class. And tickets are on sale now for the Concert of Legends, featuring Diamond. Plan your visit to the Pro Football Hall of Fame
are still on the clock. Let's go. Come on.
Hear that?
Here we go.
That's the sound of your life.
That's funny. All right, come on. Let's go. Oh, load it. Let's go. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do. Okay, come on now.
To the world you've created.
Come on, fellas. Let's go, folks. Let's go.
But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Excuse me. Oh, look. This Bama still ain't picked. Come on now. Let's go.
This is the biggest tailgate in the history of Wisconsin. 125,000 people in a parking lot. Could you hear Vince Lombardi right now? What?
Yep, I agree. Trade down, Bama. Trade down. Trade down, trade back. Trade back, baby. Trade back. Come on, Green Bay, trade back. Or take Johnson. Trade back or take Johnson. Trade back or take Johnson. Come on now. Come on. Come on. The defense ranked number 1 last year? Shit, didn't play when it needed to. That's for damn show. Talk about the Chargers, guys. Yeah, they got smacked in the playoffs, I'll tell you that. Shoot. All right, let's see. I think Chargers probably should go receiver, honestly. They should go Golden. Matthew Golden. They need the receiver. I feel like he could use another weapon there. I mean, Quentin Johnson's great. You know, Lad McConkey is great. They lost Josh Palmer. You know, they could use another receiver there. It would be smart to do that, I think. That's the move. Is this them, right? This is their draft room, right? What the hell are they waiting for? Or are they going to trade out? They should trade out if they're not going to pick. Yeah, Lad McConkey, first-round pick last year. No, sorry, second-round pick last year. Killed it. And they have opportunity to probably run with it again. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on now. What we got? For now. They talk about Mason Rudolph era in Pittsburgh as of right now. Don't like just wait and see if somehow the Steelers can still grab one of these quarterbacks. Oh wait, hold on now. Damn, his knee is like that bad? Were they concerned about long-term future shit? I'm like, shit. Man, you just get that shit fixed up, cleaned up, do it. The hell? I mean, I think, like, if you have a choice between him and Siobhan Ravel, right? Siobhan Ravel Jr. had the ACL that he tore last year, and they said that he should be ready for training camp. I mean, yeah, I'd go with either one of them, to be honest with you. If it's that bad, then, yeah, I don't grab him in the first round, personally. I let it go, and I try to go focus on try another position and try to get him in the second round. Because you don't want the fifth-year option for a guy that you don't know is going to last that long, right? I mean, that's what comes down to. The NFL is very, very, it beats the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what these guys doing, man. What the hell? All right, you calling somebody? What y'all doing? Come on, draft room. I mean, 30 seconds out. What y'all doing? Y'all better make a damn pick. So they got Dante Jackson, so they don't really need a corner. Dante can play. I liked him in Pittsburgh. They got St. Juice, who I think is a punk ass, but that's another corner. They don't have Asante Samuel Jr. They didn't bring him back. All right, they gonna wait. They gonna wait till the last second to call the damn pick in. What are they doing? Damn. Okay. Oh, pick is in. All right, who they get? Yeah, you're not taking Till in the first round, though. And Will Johnson. There's Hampton as well. Both on your draft board still sitting up there. Yeah, they're an off-the-ball linebacker. Some believe he could rush off of the edge. They've got stud young off-the-ball linebackers that they really like there. So give me a second, guys. I'm just waiting to see what happens. I'm trying to see if I can let you guys know the picks. I'm refreshing like a mug right now. They're saying that the Steelers might try to get Tyler Slog out of Louisville in the third round. So that could be the move right there. I can see that. Yeah, they can go a different way. That's why I'm kind of confused what they're going to do. I also go receiver, man. Receiver running back. But they did? Holy shit. Fuck. Yeah, the question is, who the hell? So they're saying that the Chargers took a running back, but I'm not seeing who. All right. Yeah, they took him. Omarion Hampton. Wow. Hey, all right. Wow, okay. I didn't see that happening, but all right, that's legit.
NFL draft. The Los Angeles Chargers select Omarion Hampton,
Okay, Amarion Hampton.
North Carolina.
Amarion Hampton. Big back, big back, big explosive back, workhorse. You get comped to Jonathan Taylor. That's pretty damn good. 5'11", 221. I can see that. I liked him a lot. I think when you looked at him and Genty, 1A, 1B, personally. I know Genty was the better running back, but I don't think Hampton was that far off. I feel like he has more of an opportunity to kind of like he's in a system, I feel, that is going to be very, very good for him. Like, he's not going to have to be the bell cow, right, in Chargers, because you're going to have Justin Herbert there who's going to be really trying to push the ball downfield. So you're going to see him gain more touches out the backfield and things like that. Now, when it comes to, Genty is going to have a here we go. See, anything for Green Bay? Yeah, because they picked up Najee Harris, who I thought was going to be really good for them, and then now where they prefer to do this, it's pretty good. Like, I see it, man. I see it. So Green Bay's on the clock right now, 6 minutes and 35 seconds left. They've been talking about trading back. I would prefer they trade back unless they really, really, really like Will Johnson. I'm not really huge on Maxwell Harrison, honestly. If they go that way, that's fine. I'm not real big fan of it, but I think it's better. I don't want them going Golden, so just let you guys know now, they're probably going to pick Golden because that's what I don't want. And this is going to drive me crazy. I wish it was Ibuka, but Ibuka is like the more of a complete receiver. That's why I wanted him. All right, guys, let me see them say, See if I can let you know I'm throwing my phone or not. I know true Packer fan over here, true North Packer fan over here, waiting to see if I throw my shit, so we're going to find out. But let's see if Green Bay trades out. I feel like when the time is going down like this, because the Chargers were trying to trade out of their pick, they couldn't. It's because they couldn't trade out of their pick. They picked up Hampton, which I think was a good pick. I don't think it was a bad pick at all. Najee Harris is a 1-year rental anyways, so you're going to run with it, right? So the question now is, who do you go for Green Bay? With the players that are available, he's on the phone with somebody. They're trading back. I think they're trading back. I think they're trading back. I think they're trading back, guys. I think they're trading back. Yeah, they're getting trade calls just like the Chargers were. Ian Rappaport just said they're getting trade calls. And I just saw Goody on the phone, so he's definitely trying to decide what to do. If I'm him, I trade back, dog. Screw it. Just trade back. Come on, baby. Come on. Trade. Get the picks. Get the picks. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on now. No! I hope that's not right. Eagles are moving up. Eagles are discussing to move up with the Packers. My boy called that shit too. All right, I thought My boy told me something. I was like hoping to God it wasn't true, and I don't think it's true. I think he was just assuming. We got. I mean, I mean. Honestly, guys, if it's the Eagles and we still stay in the first round, I'm not complaining about that because that means we wait till the end of the draft to get somebody, and maybe there's someone that falls at that point. Maybe they get Will Johnson at that point, or they go Maxwell. If we go if we get Maxwell Harrison at pick 32 and we still gain draft capital, sign me up for that. I just don't want him here right now. No, that's why they haven't got the pick in yet. Nope. I got people texting me, "Take Shador. Get your ass on, dog. Stupid ass." Come on. Okay. They're all dapping up and shaking hands. I don't know what that means at this point. Damn it. All my notifications are not loading right now, of course. Come on, man. Nope, pick isn't in, but they're dapping up, so I think they traded probably. Has it been made? Dude, if it is what I think it is. Fuck! Oh God, why do we get these guys? Because just they're freaking like workouts, man. I just don't get it. I just don't freaking get it. So you don't draft a fucking receiver in 24 years in the first round, and then you go and grab this guy just because he runs a 4.29. Like I don't understand it. Like I don't get it, man. It's just fucking stupid. Just fucking trade back. Notifications are not working. Yep. Gosh, dude. God, dude. I am not on this pick, dude. I'm over it. I am not on this pick, guys. I'm sorry. I did not want Matthew Golden. I personally didn't. I just did not want him. There's a reason why everyone was surprised he ran a 4.29, but he didn't look like that on film. There's a reason why. Oh, God, guys.
And everywhere, because our fans are everywhere, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the NFL Draft at Lambeau Field.
Gosh damn, my notifications are completely shot right now. What the fuck?
In our community, particularly, we are the only community-owned team in the NFL. This
I'm an owner.
We also want to celebrate the special connection we have with our fans that dates back to the early days of professional football. With the 2025 NFL Draft, the 13-time world champion Green Bay Packers, for the first time since 2002, wide receiver. Listen to this crowd. Oh, baby. Matthew Golden, wide receiver. He's here.
Prove me wrong, Golden. Prove me wrong. Just fucking prove me wrong, okay? I don't give a fuck what I said. I don't care how I am. Just prove me motherfucking wrong, dog. You dressed in damn green and gold, too. Sorry, Joker. You knew you were going to get picked. Oh, Lord. Okay. Chris, I believe you, man. You know you're I'm going to take your word for it. I'm not very happy about this, but I'm going to take your word for it, all right? I'm going to take your word for it, my friend. Treg, you like it too? All right. Another man I support and love. So cool, man. No homo. If you are cool, no big deal. I'm just saying no respect to all. But yeah, Treg, Chris, you guys on board? I am on board. Also, Nagler's on board. Other people on board too. So I'm going to rock with it. Let's go. Can we... this is killing me right now. Where's the breakdown? Where's the freaking breakdown right now? Gosh, dude. Oh, it's just Chris, man. It's just it enamors me with this, like, oh, he's fast and this and that, and I'm just like, dog, like, it's not about that. Like, 50. Nah, come on. I need Daniel Jeremiah to show me the numbers here. Oh, my boy is. Yep. Okay. Okay. It's green and good, baby. Treg, all right, Treg. Oh, here we go. Vertical speed, grounded through catch. Brandon Cooks. He's a former first-round pick. All right, let's see it.
This is someone who ran 4.29, but not just a speed receiver. You see a lot of snap in his routes. Watch him when he gets to the top.
Oh, so he has good route running. I'll take that. One-handed. Nice. Jeez. Okay. Let's go, baby. All right. You enamoring to the crowd. All right, let's go. Fuck. Damn, Donovan Jackson to the fucking Vikings. These Bamas are smart about what they're doing.
Everything matters. Where does Quinn Ewers go with the rock to save their season? This guy. And I want to get back very quickly. Joel brought this up. In this division, you've got to score points to keep up. Minnesota's going to score points.
All right, guys. Yes. All right. Here we go. Matthew Golden. Here we go.
You're getting a new guy in town. They got to pump this up. Jordan Love's going to be real happy with this. Jamie Erdahl, take it away. The man of the hour.
All right, Goody. Need to hear what the fuck you guys say, dude.
Yeah, it was all a part of the plan, man. God made me wait this long. And it was for a reason, man. I can't thank him enough.
You get to make a lot of decisions now about your life, but one of which it sounds like you want to do something really special
Man, I want to get back to my grandma. You know, we lost our property a couple years ago, and I just want to get back to my family, man. You know, they did so much for me, and they put me in this position, so all I can do is get back to them.
People are saying that we grabbed another another WR2. Oh, green and what? Chris, what is it? Green and golden, baby. Green and golden, dog. Green and golden, right? All right. Try, Chris. You're making me believers, man. Let it be. Vikings are improving their offensive line by grabbing Donovan Jennings out of the left guard out of Ohio State. So they are definitely investing in a line to protect J.J. McCarthy and Aaron Jones. Oh, God. Oh. Wait, what? No, quit. No. Hold on, guys. All right, yeah. Donovan Jennings, let's see it. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's at home? Okay, that's good to know. All right, let's see, guys. Let's see. Oh, shit. Here we go, guys. Giants have traded with the Houston Texans to the 25th pick. And guess what? They have what you call it? Yep, they moved up and they got Jackson Dart, Ole Miss. Ain't that all right? Well, Shador is going to be very, very. Woo! I mean, well, hold on. I don't know if it's Jackson Dart yet. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. I wouldn't be surprised if it's either Jackson Dart or if it's going to be. Let's see. I wonder if Washington stays where they do. That's a good question. All right. What we got? Yeah, I don't know. Trag, I'm not 100% sure. I think so Giants traded away their second-round pick, next year's also their – wait, hold on. Yeah, their second-round pick, their third-round pick, and their future third-round pick to get to 26, which isn't that bad. It's actually – not that much to get a starting quarterback, hopefully. So the question now is, do they go Shador or do they go Dart? I mean, they did extensive work with both of them, more with Shador than with Dart. So it'll be interesting to see which way they rock and roll here. They traded back into the first round. I mean, a second, a third, and a third. That's a trade I do all day. Wow. Here we go, guys. Wow. All right. Jackson Dart to the Giants. Ole Miss. Here we go. Damn. That is some shit if I ever seen it. Damn. All right.
Enrolled in UMGC because it became very passionate about emergency management. The professors were great because they've had several years of experience in the field. They've seen emergency management hands-on. I'm able to learn from their experience and really make a difference. I picked University of Maryland Global Campus because you get so much more out of it than just a diploma.
I'll take that. Steve Smith had Golden as his number one receiver in the draft. Steve Smith, even though minus his Steve Smith Sr.'s craziness off the field, when it comes to the evaluation of receivers, he's pretty legit. Minus his hate on Jerry Jeudy, because Jerry Jeudy definitely showed out who he really was. But damn, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. I kind of wanted to see if I mean, this is going to be. Oof. Okay. All right, guys. A lot of people are hyped up about it. He's a 1-year starter. Let's see. Let's see. All right, guys. So real quick on Matthew Golden by Dane Brugler's The Beast. A 1-year starter at Texas. Golden was the Z receiver in the Sarkisian RPO pro offense, spread offense, and was used across the formation with heavy motions. He had 2 promising seasons in Houston's air raid scheme. He was an underrated addition to the Longhorns and proved especially valuable when it mattered most. 102 yards receiving on average and fluid in and out of his breaks. Shows a plan as a route runner. I love his ability to break down corners by keeping his eyes, hips, and feet in sync. The coordination also translates to the catch point where his very natural ball skills track, frame, and finish. Overall, it bothers some teams that he doesn't have better size, but Golden also doesn't have any glaring flaws in his game that will keep him from becoming a productive pro. He can play inside, outside, and become a go-to target for an NFL offense. All right, I'm in, guys. I'm in. I'm back. All right, Matthew Golden, let's get it going. All right. No, Trey. Giants are taking Jackson Dart out of Ole Miss. So, yeah. Question is now, I know the Rams are looking at Dart. That's why the Giants traded where they did, because I felt like the Rams are probably going to get Dart because Stafford's not going to play that much longer. So the question is now, do the Rams take Shador, or do they trade back, or they grab something? They're not too far away. Their team was in the playoffs. They literally almost beat the Eagles, right? I can see Washington trading back. I see Baltimore possibly trading back. Unless they're in there. Well, I'll take that back. Baltimore's probably going to take the safety out of South Carolina, Imawari, or they'll take Campbell because they love their Alabama guys. Will Johnson still being there is crazy to me. I feel like Green Bay is going to try to grab him in the second round if they can. But, yeah, I just saw that, bro. Thank you. I just saw it. So the Falcons have traded back into the first round, which is wild. Holy shit. All right, let's see what they do. Let's see what they gave up to get that pick, because that is pretty interesting to say the least. Let's see. Yeah, so Falcons traded back up. That's crazy to me right there. Yeah. Oh, wow. Falcons moved. They used their first-round pick for next year to get back into the first round. That's a move right there, bro. Rams would definitely take that all day. Here we go. Jackson Dart. Wow. Here we go. Richard, I hope I'm saying your name right. I agree, bro. Hello, man. Go Pack, go, baby. And I agree, bro. Corner is my next move. Corner is 100% my next move. Man, Jackson Dart be looking like damn Jake Paul, dude. Hey, that's some shit. But honestly, guys, I'm just joking around. Jackson Dart, he interviewed extremely well. Good kid, smart kid. Played pretty well at Ole Miss, considering the fact that in the Lane Kiffin offense, Lane Kiffin, NFL coach, done really good stuff at Ole Miss as well as Florida International. 6'2", 223, good size. If you hear Dan Jeremiah, he's saying there's something that got better every year. Personally, you put him with the Giants. Okay, with the Giants, he has a year to learn because he has Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston ahead of him. So he has time to learn, which is perfectly fine. I don't think that's actually a good thing for him. And then, honestly, their weapons over there in New York are legit. I mean, they got, Tyrone Tracy, running back, who's a beast. They got Malik Neighbors. I believe Darius Slayton came back too. So they have some really good weapons there. Defensively, they're working through. Brian Daboll, he gets a lot of hate, but he's actually a really, really good – he's a very, very good offensive coach, very intelligent. He has proven that with being able to do the things he's done with the players he's had. You know what? They got their quarterback. I'll rock with it. The fact that they got Abdul Carter at third pick overall, trade back into the first, didn't give up a lot to move back into the first, and got Jackson Dart. Hey, smart move. I think that's smart. I mean, you literally gave up a second, a third, and a third next year. And if things work out the way you want them to work out, more than likely you have your franchise quarterback. And again, he's not rushed to start. You guys know me. I think Russell Wilson's the fakest man in the world. He will probably start majority of games. They'll probably have a little bit of between him and Jameis Winston going back and forth. And Jackson Dart will be a redshirt year. That's the way they should do it. Unless he somehow comes in and just proves that, hey, you should be starting, which could happen. But truth be told, you let Russ and Winston go, and then you kind of go from there. But damn, all right. So Atlanta's on the clock. Who is Atlanta trying to get? That is the question. I can see them going corner. I can also see them going offensive line. They might be enamored with Josh Simmons, Ohio State left tackle. I could see that being the one, man. Let's see. Anything I can show with you guys? Let's see. All right, guys. Last time the Giants drafted a first-round quarterback was Eli Manning and then Archie Manning. Ain't that some shit right there? All right, here we go. Yeah, well. Fucking A. Let's see. They traded a future first to move back in. So the Falcons traded the 46th pick, the 242 pick, and next year's first. They moved up to the Rams 26, and they also got their 101 pick. That's not that bad. Okay, yeah, here we go, guys. So they got the first and the third of this year, which is smart. They gave up a second, so they got no pick in the second round, probably no seventh round pick, and they also lost their first round. It's not bad. So they got Jalen Walker. Question is, do they go offensive line? Do they go defense? I want to see how they rock here. This is gonna be interesting to say. What we got? Oh shit! Wow. Okay, guys. Well, we did say that the Falcons were struggling on pass rush. Their pass rush was absolutely terrible. So what they did, they went with their first pick. They picked up Jalen Walker. They traded back into the first round, and they got James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. Now, James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee, he's a very, very fluid player. He had some off-the-field baggage. He also isn't the prototypical end. He's on a lighter end, 243 pounds, 6'1", 6'2". But truth be told, he is – again, he's another one. He's like a little bit like a Shamar Stewart, where he, 245, so 6'5", 245. So he's a big dude, but like not big. Like you kind of want your defensive ends 250, 260. So ran a 4.47, which is pretty unheard of at a guy 6'5" at 245. Truth be told, though, you have really Atlanta has really worked on their defensive line these last couple of drafts with Terry Fortnell being there, and so I think, giving up a first round for next year, moving up and grabbing this guy, you are definitely investing young talent on your defensive line. Smart move. Was second in the SEC in pressures with 55. He honestly, if you can get past some of the stuff that may or may not have been an issue in his background, which I don't think really is, I think it's stuff that's in his past now. I think the guy has a great opportunity there in Atlanta. Again, you are going to put up against teams like the Saints, against the Panthers. What I'm saying? So there are teams in that division where the offensive lines aren't the greatest, so it does give you an opportunity to feast on those quarterbacks. So, all right, it'll be crazy to see. All right, so now Baltimore's on the clock. I think they take the South Carolina safety or they take a linebacker. They love the Alabama guys. Ozzie Newsome, former Alabama guy, former Hall of Famer. And then on top of that, too, now you got Mr. Oh, my God, someone help me, man. Oh, what's that dude's name? Who's the dude that took over from? Caucasian dude. Oh my God, what the hell is his name? Chris, help me. I don't want to look it up. I'm being lazy. Okay, I'll look it up. I'm being lazy as shit. Let's see.
Keep up with every pick on NFL.com with the draft tracker presented by Alexis. So it's the first time in 11 years we didn't see a single first round pick traded between the league years beginning.
Oh, Eric DaCosta. DaCosta is literally second-hand man of Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome actually still there. He just in a more of like an advisory role. DaCosta drafts just like Ozzie. He gets Alabama guys. He gets SEC guys. He loves his SEC dudes. And trust me, I definitely could see them kind of rocking and rolling with that. With probably, South Carolina. South Carolina is SEC. Yes, it is. Yeah. So, yeah. Be interesting to see. They're always investing in their defense line. But again, Jihad Campbell, Alabama dude, linebacker, plays extremely awesome talent. Gain him this late in the draft. Smart move. I can see it. All right, bear with me 1 second, folks.
This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down without killing your
Jesus.
lawns. This stuff works on day to day. This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back. This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works.
That's
Jeez,
use the line because a lot of my peers used the line before. Seeing the results now, I can honestly say that I'm even more confident. Confidence is with Shapeshooter be great.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's true. Will Johnson is still there, so that's a possibility, guys. Let's see. I mean, honestly, like they could probably take the tight end out of LSU if they're done with Mark Andrews. They traded him. I don't know if that's going to happen. The case here. Josh Simmons, I can see Josh Simmons as a possibility because they did lose some guys on the offensive line, so I can see that. Let's see what we got, guys.
From exclusive lounges to immersive dining experiences, all the Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the game was actually over.
Yeah, so the thing that sucks too is like the fact that we got Matthew Golden. I feel like my Jay and Higgins dreams are dead now, so that kind of sucks. Which is like the one is like the gut punch more than anything else.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Verizon Small Business Days are back. Our experts? Closer than you think. Yeah, it's great. Nice surprise, huh?
Let's see. All right, guys. Trying to see what we got here. Bear with me 1 second. Trying to see the pick is in for Baltimore, so I'm just trying to see who they got. I know Goody's probably talking right now, isn't he? He's about. They're about to talk to his ass right now. Mm-hmm.
From the most advanced technology to the broadest, most reliable network of sales and service dealers, always moving forward.
Oh, there it is. It's probably going to be so I thought it was going to be Imarori or it was going to be possibly Malachi Starks. They do love their Georgia guys, so I can see that. Let's see it. But oh Lord. All right, guys. Let's see. All right, so the way it looks like right now, it looks like Malachi Starks is going to be. How you feeling about Golden now? All right, so it's funny because I went and saw some things that people posted, also some things that are written up on him. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better about him, honestly, because I kept looking at that speed and I kept thinking okay, did we just get another Christian Watson? Don't get me wrong. Again, I'll say it again. Watson, very, very athletically gifted. He's a size speed freak. He's also a very intelligent dude. Just his hands weren't that great. Golden, he's none of those things. He's a speed freak, but he's not a size freak at 5'11" and 190. But when it comes to everything else, he has crisp route running. He has a very tiered level to his game where he has a plan with the way he runs. Dave Brugler's right up and Matt Steinman's right up on him are really good. And honestly, feeling better about it now. I just think I had my heart set on Ibuka. Also, I kind of wanted Jaden Higgins at that pick or later on in the second round, So now I feel like that might not happen. Then again, though, in the shows with Trag, I was saying that if they do go and double up on receiver, I'm okay with it because you don't know what's going to happen with Dobbs. You know what's going to happen with Watson. And it's not bad to start supplementing that room now. Malachi Starks, Georgia, safety. Okay, so guys, this guy is probably the top-rated safety in the draft. Baltimore, yet again, finds another outstanding athlete and player in the secondary. It's just Baltimore keeps just finding ways to get these guys, man. Like a beast at freaking Georgia. He's a team captain, 6 foot, 197 pounds, runs a 4.5. He's a very much a high safety nickel. Chris Orr's defense can really use a guy like him. You already have Kyle Hamilton over there. Their defense has always been stacked, and they just improved upon it yet again. I know Philly was probably looking at Malachi Starks. More than likely, if he lasts, don't be surprised if Imawari of South Carolina goes to Philly, which would piss me off because he's another monster of a fucking safety. So, yeah. Look, if he's Greg Jennings 2.0, Matthew Golden, bro, sign me up. One of the best second-round picks out of freaking Western Michigan. Hell yeah, bro. Don't get it twisted. But the thing was, again, like, if we say that, that's fine. But Greg Jennings was a second-round pick, right? So it was like, I just reading everything I've read, it definitely shows that he is more of a complete receiver than I thought he was. And I just think that I got to stop hating and just get with the program. So I'm going to do that. Ravens. Yeah. I'm telling you, my heart was set on Higgins and on Ibuka. 100%. That's all it was. I just am just annoyed. But I think because the fact that there was things there about Golden that was kind of saying he could be a bust, I think I kind of got way too caught up in that. And honestly, like, he was considered to be a top 12 pick, and then we got him at 23. I don't think you could really complain about that. I love Will Johnson. But then again, Will Johnson's another guy where if his knee is really that bad, there's a reason why that everybody, to include Harbaugh, passed on him. So it makes sense, right? So, guys, at the end of the day, I'll prove it to you. Anyone that's been following me for years, they know that every person that I bitch and complain about turns out to be a pretty good football player for Green Bay. And the guys that I really, really want don't turn out to be that great. So, especially this is normally a first-round kind of thing. I wasn't happy about Jordan. I wasn't happy about Rashawn. Wasn't really I was actually kind of happy about Savage, so I was fail there. Stokes I was happy about, fail there. And then I wanted Quay, which is kind of mixed results. I didn't want Devontae Wyatt, mixed results. And then Jordan Morgan, I didn't want anything to do with. So he'll probably be an all-star left tackle or left guard. And so let's hope that it kind of works with Matthew Golden too, okay? Or just, I don't blame you, dog. Please. I was going to say, let's do it. Detroit, I tell you, people don't understand Detroit is, 2 years in a row, they have choked away opportunities in the playoffs. Let's just be honest and real about it, okay? They got to a championship. They got an NFC championship game, got smoked they literally choked away that game against the Niners. Then they got to the divisional game and got smoked by Washington, a rookie team that really won 7 games, and they literally went to the NFC championship game. And then they've completely redid their whole coaching staff. They've lost some talent. Talent-wise, for the most part, they haven't taken too much of a drop-off, but their coaching staff took a big hit. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays. So Giants are picking up Kayvon Thibodeau's fifth-year option, which I think is kind of interesting because you just drafted Abdul Carter. So maybe they're doing that for a year rental, and then they extend him. I mean, honestly, the reason why the Giants won those Super Bowls was because they literally had 2 sets of defensive line that would just come at you in waves, and they were able just to cause freaking havoc with 4 men on the defensive line. And they just kept doing it over and over. So I can see the same thing again. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how Giants kind of come through. Because, honestly, I believe Schoen and Daboll are on the hot seat. So, all right, Baltimore picks a safety. I think it's a smart move. Detroit is on the clock. Got Detroit, Washington, Buffalo, Kansas City, and Philly. So it'll be interesting to see what we do here with these guys. But Detroit, if anything, I can see them going corner, 100%. Let's see.
And now you're a Baltimore Raven. Congratulations.
Man, he and Kyle Hamilton.
Let's see. Come on, guy. Hold on one second.
My goodness gracious. So that's the latest. Now here is the celebration for the Lions that appears to be Dan Campbell.
All right.
Dapping everyone up. I'll tell you what, if I'm in the room with Dan Campbell, just give him a fist bump. I don't want to hug it. What do you think the Lions just did?
I thought they would look at interior offensive line, but guys, we got kind of wiped out when you look at the interior offense.
I hope they didn't. I hope. Well,
Jackson would have made so much sense for them there. You notice you don't see in the room Chris Philbin. Yeah.
let's see, guys. Let's see who they go. Detroit's pick is in. Woo! Okay. They went with Tyleek Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State.
The Detroit Lions select Tyleek Williams.
I mean, honestly, he's considered to be one of the top run stuffers in the draft this year. 6'2", 334 pounds. Their defensive line took a lot of hits. Adrian Hutchinson is still coming back from injury with the freaking ridiculous fracture that he had on his leg. But honestly, like they literally did have. They had. You don't want to talk bad about anybody that's in the NFL, right? But you had third stringers, fourth stringers, fifth stringers, and guys off the street playing on defensive line. So them grabbing this dude this late in the draft, who was a guy that was supposed to go top 15 pick. I think it's a great pick for them. I hate that Detroit did it. You know what? I give respect where it's due. And when it comes to Brad Holmes and the way he's drafted for Detroit, he's done an amazing, amazing job. He's really turned that team around. Dan Campbell also, made fun of him because bite the kneecaps and all this crazy stuff. But he is a good leader of men, and he has definitely been a way to kind of bring these guys back up. I have to respect his game. I have to respect what he's done. I do think that, you're gonna see what he's really about in this upcoming season because of all the changes that have happened on his staff. Because he had not only good coordinators but good leader of men in Aaron Glenn and a good coordinator or a decent coordinator in Ben Johnson. I'm a hater, man. I'm sorry, I just will be. But with that being said, Detroit picking Tyleek Williams, not a bad pick at all. I think they're shoring up that defense. Their defense was one of the worst defenses in the league last year. I know they had a lot of injuries and stuff like that, but you see how it goes. Washington is on the clock. Their defense, last year was a team that was supposed to not even win 6 games, and they went to NFC Championship game. Jaden Daniels is the truth. They've picked up Deebo Samuels. They picked up Javon Hargrave. Their defense is probably where they're going to want to invest, or offensive line, because their offensive line took a lot of hits, and the reason why they got kind of really smoked by Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game because their offensive line started really getting banged up. So I could definitely see them going Josh Simmons. I could definitely see them going guard, possibly maybe even pass rusher, defensive line, because Jonathan Allen is not getting any younger. Deron Payne, same thing. Dante Fowler did come back, but again, he's just a pass rushing specialist. He's not a run stuffer. It'll be interesting to see how Adam Peters handles this. Ever since he's been here since last year, Peters has done a really good job about way he's retooled this team. His draft last year was really knocked out of the park, and I was hoping that Omarion Hampton would have came at this point, but the fact that he got picked up by the Chargers, okay, fine. There's the running back out of Virginia Tech, Bushell, who they could probably get later in the draft, but I think would be an amazing addition for them, who I think could really be a later in the draft pick for a running back, but could really run with it. And so let's kind of just see, because at this point, Washington, if they have someone they really love, they're going to take it. I know I'm saying the obvious. I'm pulling a Seinfeld over here. But the truth is they could trade back, acquire more picks, and really try to load up in the second round. I could definitely see that as well, too. I feel like they have a great opportunity here. So we'll see. I haven't seen anything yet if they're going to trade back or not. Truth be told, Hold on 1 second, folks.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams. When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Give me 1 second, folks. Just handling some stuff.
Thousands of families affected by disasters urgently need support. You can help the American Red Cross provide help and hope to families when they need it most. Please donate today to Red Cross Disaster Relief to help people affected by disasters, big and small.
All right, pick us in, guys. Let's see what we got, guys. Washington has okay. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so the Washington Redskins have picked up Josh Connerly Jr., offensive tackle, Oregon. I think that was a pretty smart move by them, considering the fact that, you know what, they need offensive line. They needed it back. They needed work on the line. They need to protect their franchise, literally probably more of the top 5 quarterbacks already in the league, because I'm an LSU guy, so I love Jay Daniels, even though he's only there for 1 year, but I'm going to take it. I don't care. And oh, wow. So just FYI, the Eagles did try to trade up with the Packers to get Jihad Campbell, but the trade fell through, probably because they didn't want to give us more than what we wanted. So we said, all right, well, F it then. And so we decided to take Golden. Kind of wish we had traded back into 32, because I feel like we could have got picks, traded back to 32, and still gotten Golden, which would have been ideal for what I wanted. But here we are, so let's rock and roll. Okay, guys, here we go. Damn. They hating on that pick. I don't agree with that. Yep. That's a smart pick, though. I like it. Yeah. Hold on 1 second, folks. So, yeah, again, Josh Connerly Jr., 6'4", 311, under control state squared. Honestly, you get a starting left tackle this late in the draft, you run that card up and you take it. He started his whole career at left tackle. He's basically like Josh Morgan. That's what he is. He's literally like, Jordan Morgan. So, hey, I'm all for it. He's also a part of an offense that actually throws the ball a lot in Oregon. So I think it's a great pick. You need to have someone out there you can trust and protect your blind side. The fact is the Washington Redskins, oh, wow, I almost fucked up there. My bad, folks. Washington Commanders have invested on their offensive line with Brandon Coleman from TCU and other guys like that. So they have invested in the line in the last draft, and doing it again now with their first pick just shows you what they're trying to do to make sure that their franchise stays healthy. Because that was a big issue that they had last year when they started losing guys on the line in the playoffs. All right, let's see. Amar. God. What we got? All right.
We talked about Kevin Banks maybe being rated higher, but that one, the 2 games against Georgia, it was a rough take. Similar with John Connerly, basically all of his pressures were against Ohio State, and they were rolling.
All right, let's see, guys. All right.
And that was really the only game that he struggled in. But I thought Connerly was a really good player all year long. I thought he was maybe even the guy that could get into the teams outside of that.
All right, I'm trying to see what else we got. Bear with me 1 second, folks. I'm sorry. Being a little quiet here. Buffalo is on the clock. Buffalo has a lot of needs. Defense, receivers, pass rush. Truth be told, Josh Allen is a fucking beast, plain and simple. Full stop. He's just a monster. He's a top 2, top 3 quarterback in this league. And he does need to have, he has Khalil Shakir. He has, James Cook. We don't know what's going to happen with him. Offensive line, for the most part, is pretty decent. I would still probably invest a little bit on the tackles because the fact that Spencer Brown could be a little hit or miss. And then on top of that, too, on defense, Sean McDermott, that's his bread and butter. They do need to infuse that defense with some talent because the fact that they just traded away Khalil Aleem. Don't be surprised if Will Johnson, Trey Amos, or Maxwell Harrison goes here. I could see a corner at this place right here. Unless, because if Hampton was still there, I would say Hampton. But Hampton's gone. And Taj Boyd, other running backs, they can get them later, so I'm not really worried about that. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Yeah, okay. If Matt Harmon likes Golden, I'm perfectly fine with that. I need to get Matt Waldman on the show and see what he thinks because we all know Matt Waldman is my freaking – he's the Moses. He'll take me to the promised land when it comes to anyone that's a prospect in the NFL that's coming in the draft. So I love his work. So I do agree. I think they need to find a way to keep Jair. I want to win with Jair too. I bought his jersey in 2018. I've been a Ja dude since day one. I'll always be a Ja guy. We need to find a way to make that work because when he's on the field, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Yes, I understand he needs to stay healthy, but I really want to just bring him back, man. Okay. Give me 1 second, friends. The pick is in. Let's see what we got. Nothing yet there. Oh, what we got? Nothing yet. Hold on. Okay, so one of the things that I know you're gonna like this, Chris, is that they said that when it comes to Matthew Golden's his 4.29 is amazing, but his 10-yard split of 1.47 is absolutely insane. And I gotta admit that is some pretty nasty split right there, 1.47. That's pretty wild right there. So yeah, that is pretty beastly to say the least. All right, let's see what we got, guys. All right, I'm trying to see what the Buffalo Bills do here. I'm all about the Bills. Let me do something real quick. Give me 1 second.
Travis Hunter at the press conference. Do me a favor. Come out as a wide receiver, do a press conference, change outfits, come out as a corner, do another one. I love it. So here comes the commissioner with the Bills pick and another special guest.
Bear with me, folks. That Bama about to come out right now. I was hoping to beat him to the punch.
We're about to hear the Bills selection here in Green Bay.
Yep, let's do
The
it.
NFL is stepping up to have an even greater impact as a wish maker.
That's Bama we always talking to, damn. They don't give a damn about you, dog.
We have the opportunity to grant a wish for deserving
Wow.
young man.
Nothing. Shit.
First pick.
All right, so Philadelphia Eagles traded with the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll be picking at 31. They literally trade up one pick. That is crazy talk right there, bro. I don't even know what that's about. What the hell? This is crazy talk, dude. What the hell? But that's Howie Roseman for you, dog. That is Howie Roseman for you, man. All right, what we got?
Here we go.
Let's see. Who's this dude? Oh, hey. This gentleman's in the. Does he have ALS? What does he have? I didn't see it. Let's go, baby. What you got? Hey, I called it, Maxwell Harrison. That's it, dog. I knew it. I knew they were going to go corner. I thought they would go Will Johnson or Maxwell Harrison. Good pick. Very good pick. I like it.
The two Super Bowl teams, Brett Veach, formerly of Philadelphia, and Howie Roseman, currently in Philadelphia, just made a deal.
Give me 1 second, folks. I'm just letting some people know what's going on.
So that means Kansas City is the final trade partner for anybody who wants to hop into the first
Okay.
and choose somebody. That is now how
All right, Buffalo.
tapping the Bills logo as we saw that long walk between the green room and the
They say that also, Chris. What we got here? What I'm missing. I really like our team, man. We might have a good road grading offensive line. We have Watson get healthy. I agree. Gary Beast mode with strong secondary. Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say, yeah, I called Maxwell. I knew it was gonna be either Maxwell or it was gonna be Johnson. And the Johnson injury must be really bad. That's why. But Harrison was gonna be a first round pick regardless. I thought we were gonna get him. So I'm actually happy the Bills did it. So that's pretty straight right there. Yeah, Chris, I agree, man. They're saying that one thing that about Golden too was that he was heavily used in motion formations in Texas, and we all know Matt LaFleur loves motion, right? So they say that he's going to be finding ways to scheme this dude up all day. So yeah, you know what? We don't have anybody that has his type of quickness and speed. So yeah, I'm worried. All right, I'm in. Let's get it on, guys. I'm on board. I am on board. So the Philadelphia Eagles traded the 32nd and 164 pick with the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs. So they got there. They went up one pick, and then they basically switched picks for. And he did give up. I think they gave up a third or a fourth round pick, so it's not bad. But my question is, who does Philly try to do to get ahead of like Kansas City for one pick? That's kind of crazy talk to me, if you ask me. But okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
The tackling wasn't as good this year. That was the result of the shoulder. I'm not worried about.
All right, let's go, baby.
And a heck of a personality.
Come on now.
Coleman last year, Max this year. Get some personality.
Yes, sir. Let's see it. All right. Come on now. Yep. Oh, bam. Eagles took Jaw Campbell. They were trying to trade up and get Campbell anyway, so this was expected. Nothing new there. Well, they still got their guy, so it kind of works. I guess they did that because they knew Kansas City probably would try to go for him too, so maybe Kansas City, screw it, we'll get somebody else. Makes sense. But that's a good pick for them. I like it. That's a good pick for them. They needed the talent. What? Wait, hold on. Am I reading this right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And Philly just finds a way to keep winning, man. Philly just finds a freaking way to keep getting the guys they want. Because they could easily trade with us and got him. I guess the trade fell through, and they still got their guy. And then we still got our guy, so it kind of worked out. But damn, that's some shit, though, nonetheless. So, all I gotta say is Howie Roseman, man. That motherfucker has been he has completely turned that Philadelphia team around. And the way he does work is absolutely amazing. Say whatever you want to say. But he wheels and deals, and he literally plays the draft like it's freaking Madden. It's insane, dude. And I gotta give nothing but respect to him. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I was just reading that Arjun is when it comes to Matt LaFleur, he does. I want to say after the NFC Championship game in 2020 against the Buccaneers, he was very heavily in motion, very heavily in mesh scheme, and so he got away from that because I think that the blitzing by Tampa really messed up the rhythm of what they were trying to do in offense, caused them not to have enough time to get into certain kind of looks to allow them to get, plays off. And so he kind of got away from it. And I think also that played into why Rodgers is he went from like a blend of McCarthy and LaFleur in 19, all basically LaFleur in 20, and then back to more of a LaFleur and like a McCarthy / Rodgers in 2021. Then almost full Rodgers. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do in 2022. And so now that Jordan is there, now that LaFleur has had opportunity to kind of groom Jordan as well as getting the offense to where it needs to be, I think they might go a little bit back to what they were doing previously with the mesh and the motion. And if you got a person like Golden who was utilized about almost 80% of motion formations, it just shows, A, he has the intelligence to be able to do complex schemes like that. B, he has the wind and the speed to be able to do it too. Because, when we had the orbit motion stuff like Tyler Irvin and things like that back in the day, you got a guy just really running around the field, like really running up and down the field all game. And that can be tiring, debilitating. So getting a guy like Golden, young dude who has the stamina and who's been a focal point for offenses when he was in Texas and Houston, when he was a part of the air raid in Houston, he has a great opportunity here to kind of do that. And we can't forget, right? Like Dobbs, if he can come back from his concussions, He's definitely a bona fide player. Watson will probably be back around week 11, week 12. That's the kind of the news that's been coming out from both him and his father have been kind of saying that, as well as like, you can't forget, you got Jaden Reed, who's a beast. You got Plantavian Wicks, who could probably be a WR1 as long as he can just kind of get the catching on order. And let's be real, like, Devontae Adams, James Jones, even Jordy Nelson, even Greg Jennings to a point. Every one of those guys that were top tier receivers in Green Bay all had issues with catching the ball in the first couple of years of their career, and then eventually got past it. I think Wicks can do that too. I hope he can, right? Because when it comes to the things he can do, when it comes to separation and route running, I mean, he is one of one right now. I mean, he is kind of like head and shoulders above a lot of other receivers when it comes to that. You're talking about like a very much of a young version of like Devontae Adams, and that's pretty high praise. So, the good thing with Golden is, he's not going to be expected to start. He could if he gets on the field and shows out. The truth is like he doesn't have to like be that guy that just jumps in and just runs with it right away, right? Outside of our Art just has a great question here. Outside of our team, what team do you consider to be the threat to the Packers next season? Division, you said outside of our division rivals. I would honestly say if you look at the way Washington has really taken a team that really wasn't supposed to do anything and ran with it, I feel like they could be a threat in the NFC. Let's not forget, like Philadelphia is probably our biggest threat. They're the former Super Bowl champs. They don't take steps back. They keep getting better. Literally, it is the Jesse Pinkman, gift from Breaking Bad, crying and saying, we can't let him get away with this. How does he keep getting away with this? And that's Howie Roseman. That's what he does. And the truth is, it's like the Philadelphia Eagles, they have literally all-star players up and down their roster. I mean, in key positions like running back, in wide receiver, in quarterback, in tight end, and then on top of it on defense, defensive line is stacked. They lost guys, and they're still able to supplement. Secondary is stout. They literally traded away Chauncey Johnson Gardner, and they still got guys. And they now just draft. They literally lost. They brought back Zach Bond. They lost Oren Burks, and guess what? They just got Jihad Campbell, another consensus top 15 pick who they got at the end of the first round, who's going to probably plug in and be a starter on their defense. Just saying, Nakobe Dean is the other starter who can't stay healthy, but when he's out there, he's pretty good. Philadelphia Eagles Philadelphia's going to be up there. The Rams are going to be up there. I feel like Arizona's going to be up there. The Niners, if they get healthy, they're going to be up there. There's a lot of good teams on NFC. It's just real. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? The AFC minus the top contenders like Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, Cincinnati. Everybody else, for the most part, is mid. I mean, if we're being real, right? And look, Jihad Campbell, Alabama, just the beast, dude. And just goes to a defense that's ran by Vic Fangio, and he's just a very, very, very talented player. And the thing with Vic is that he finds ways to get guys like this and just makes them even better. I mean, just think he is similar to Patrick Willis. He's similar to Navarro Bowman, guys that were in the Niners defense when Harbaugh and Fangio were there and were literally multiple NFC Championship games, Super Bowl, appearances. I'm telling you, these guys, Vic Fangio just finds a way to turn out defenses, plain and simple. All right. We're about done, folks. We're about done. All right, so Kansas City is on the clock. It'll be interesting to see which way they go. I want to say John Campbell is a captain too. I could have swore he's a captain. It's again leadership, right? That's another big thing, right? And it looks like wow, he called that shit too. Yeah, so basically, John Campbell, speed and range, pass rush value, which you saw that, and his comp is who? Edgerrin Cooper. And we all know when Edgerrin Cooper hit the ground and he got his chance, he was literally the reason why our defense was lights out in the back end of the season. And, if you're getting a comp like him, and that's after just 1 year, first off, that tells you a lot about Edwin Cooper, and B, that tells you the expectations of John Campbell. So I think that's pretty cool. And again, Campbell comes from a very good program. He has extremely great. He has a great production when he was at Alabama and SEC. And I mean, just look at the Eagles defense, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Zach Braun, John Campbell. That's not even taking into consideration their secondary. Like it's incredible. I'm telling you, the Philadelphia Eagles are here to stay. You're gonna have to find a way to get around them. 6'2", almost 6'3", 235 pounds, runs a 4.52. It's just speed on speed on speed, man. It's infuriating. Jesse Pink, man, he just can't keep getting away with this. And Howie Roseman has kept getting away with this, and nothing but love and respect and hate for that man because he's just very good at what he does. And kind of funny that he traded literally one pick up to get that. So I wonder if he thought Kansas City was going to get it, or he just said, "Screw it, I want to get my guy no matter what," which I think is pretty interesting. I mean, look, Chris, you might be right. I was like, considering the fact that the Panthers should have taken Jalen Walker or Walter Nolan or Derek Harmon, if we're being for real, okay? And they went and took Ted McMillan, which I'm like, all right, I get it, but I'm with you, bro. Like, I would have worked the defense. I would have got someone later in the draft when it comes to receivers because there's talent there. I was like, we've talked about the guys like Jalen Noel, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Royals, freaking oh god, what's the other guy, dude? Oh man, there's like I said, that was all the guys out of second and third round. There's even guys later too. There's a lot of dudes that have been working out that I've been watching. Aaron Wilson, other people sharing that have great talent, have great opportunity. This kid out of Pittsburgh that had a real good talent too. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of great receivers that are coming out. That's why for me, like, I am feeling golden now. What I'm saying is, like, I just feel like there was so much talent that's on the back end too. But it'll be interesting to see what Goody and what the front office does for rounds 2 and 3 tomorrow. If he decides, because what you'll notice is Goody likes to run up and down the draft board when it comes to round 2 and 3. He likes to trade back, acquire more picks, and then still get his guy. He did that with Cooper. With Edrin Cooper. He did that with Jaden Reed. He also did that with, I think he did that with Musgrave, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like he got Musgrave. That's what it was. He got Musgrave, and then he had an opportunity to get Branch, and instead he just kept trading back, right? And he acquired more picks, and guess what? He still got Jaden Reed, which is who he wanted in the first place, okay? And like I said, it'll be interesting to see how he works the draft, how he works the next year. And as we talk about it, final pick of the first round is going to be Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State. So Josh Simmons was a guy that Green Bay had brought in who, if he didn't get hurt last year, he probably is a top 10 pick. He goes there with Banks. He goes there with Campbell. That's how good he is. Problem is, he had a really bad high ankle. Chris, tell me. Was it ankle or was it Achilles? He didn't have an ACL, but he had a really bad knee ankle injury that really took him out for us. That's why he dropped as far as he did. But to get a starting left tackle, 32nd pick overall, and the thing with, if you do think about it, the thing with Kansas City was like they've been trying to find a way to help the bookends because they've been really struggling on that, right? You know, they've been grabbing guys from other teams like Juwan Taylor, Trent Brown. They've tried so many different things to protect him. It doesn't work. So 6'4", 317 pounds. He is coming off an injury, but easy bend, redirect, fluid mover. Let's be real. When it comes to the Big Ten, Ohio State, Wisconsin, these guys find a way to have really, really, really good offensive lines. Nothing new here. And truth be told, he's a beast of a player. And even though he was banged up, he was still playing. Like, he was still doing his thing, man. So I think, like, Kansas City was really, they traded back a pick and they're still able to get their guy. I think it's pretty good. Hey, let's not forget, Luther Burden was a wide receiver that's out of Mizzou who was supposed to go in the first round. He didn't even go. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of talent that's still available in these next picks that we can still get. So I can't wait to see how this draft unfolds tomorrow. I am thinking about maybe doing another show tomorrow. When it comes to rounds 2 through 3, we'll see. Because I do know that, like, a couple other guys that do a lot of great work, Mike Canal, Iowa Joe, they also run live too, and I might be joining them. So we'll see how it goes, guys. But I really hope everybody had a good time. I didn't partake in any alcoholic beverages this time around, so I was able to keep myself from slurring and like saying crazy stuff. But all in all, this is a lot of fun. I really do hope you guys had a good time with me. And I do plan on trying to do this every year. And then the show Coast to Coast Packers is going to, we took a hiatus here for about 5 months, but we're going to come back. And we're going to come back strong. We're going to start doing weekly shows. And then I know my boy Treg, who also you guys saw in the chat, he has his own radio show, and he might be coming on as a guest and actually helping me with Coast to Coast Packers. I do plan on having guests. This includes other content creators, other people that know a hell of a lot better, more about football than I do, and some of the guys that do come here in the chat, like Chris. I would love to have you on the show, and other people that I've known for a very long time through the Twitterverse. I definitely want to be able to get you guys through the show and just get you guys, pick your brains, have the opportunity to kind of get out here and just, talk about stuff, right? But I hope you guys have a great evening. Go Pack Go. And this was a lot of fun. And like I said, I am on the Matthew Golden train. So you guys have a great one. Have a great night. And I'll talk to y'all later. So I'm over here trying to cut out, and I didn't even do the outro. But see, this is why I'm so out of practice. My boy Bernie be always helping me with all this stuff. But look, you guys have a great night. Be safe. Happy Friday. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Or I'll talk to you guys through Twitter, and then I'll see you guys next week. Take care. All right, here we go. All right. Take care, y'all.
Thank you.